I wonder if this is working. I wonder. I really do.
I think I accidentally created Jorrun Vaporwave.
I think you did.
This is chill as fuck.
It kind of is. I'm digging it right now.
All right, well, this is the 30 seconds or so where y'all get to tell me if our audio's fucked up.
Is this working? Is this working?
I'm a little rusty. It's
I'm
been a while.
confused.
Yes, it is
I'm
confusing.
So confused.
Oh, you thought regular Jorrun was excruciating? About half speed. Celine. So good to see you.
Working.
Is this working? Is this working? Is this working? It's an incantation. Makes sense. I got a witch with me today.
I am riding the spirit road.
Vex. Cook. Whoop. Pie. Honest Duchess. Hey, I shout out all the Bills fans. Shut the fuck up, Jorrun. Jesus. God, you interrupt me so suddenly. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Cornville three-way. Goes to Tony Farmer. Duchess here to party. How is everybody? And hey, here's a little treat for y'all. If you enjoy getting to see the faces of the people that stream, well, you're in luck. But if you are turned off by people that may not be very hot or not as hot as other streamers, I advise you to look away very soon. Sorry, sip of water. Ta-da! I'm back. And picking up where we left off on Jorrun, one of the last really cool things I got to do was interview the great Daddy Tegan with Clobbering Time. That was awesome. That you can find on his channel. I gotta sing everybody's name. Oh goodness. Do you guys like rap? I can lay a beat down. I know a great hip hop artist that I've watched a lot on YouTube, and he's taught me a lot about the basics, like repetition, saying your name, saying that's not your name, then starting to rap with a rhyme about how it is your name. They're very good. Daddy Tegan, that's right. Celine, thank you for announcing to the chat that you are almost 23. Happy early birthday, and that you've never went out on a date. Let's call this a date. We'll call this our date. It's your cyber date with all of us collectively. Daddy Tegan did not abandon us. Daddy Tegan, a word to Daddy Tegan, super nice. As soon as we connected, had some just regular back and forth updates, checking in with each other throughout the last couple of months. He even wished me a happy birthday on Facebook. And you know who else wished me a happy birthday on Facebook? John Dudinsky, who I added years ago so I could message him, and we haven't spoken since that interview. And damn it, every year when that notification pops up, he wants to wish me a happy birthday. Oh, and look, as soon as I said, oh, my cat doesn't want to leave the room, wants to stay in here with me. Now she's trying to get out. Oh, no. All right, you good? You gonna come hang out later? Okay. Let me catch everybody up briefly on where I've been and why it's been so long since I've streamed. Actually, Cali, I don't even know if I've completely caught you up on everything that's gone on in my life. Compared to
Not a whole lot.
compared to this point a year ago, I had just started a new job after being unemployed for a long time. That run of unemployment where, there was lockdown going on, I didn't have much to do, anywhere else to go, and I put a lot into streaming. It was so much fun. I got so much I had so much time and was able to teach myself a lot of skills about video editing and streaming, and it was a lot of fun. And then work life just caught up, and it became a little less frequent. Then I started doing the Jorrun top 15 moments. That was so much fun. I think just all of those Jorrun streams on top of each other, and then the interview, and then July. Like by halfway through, I was feeling pretty burned out. It comes and goes, By this point, I think I had reached peak like Jorrun tolerance, where I was cringing more than normal at like the sound of his voice. Usually, it's just at what he says, and I can laugh at the stupid way that he speaks. But it was I couldn't do it anymore. I had to take a break. And what a thing to leave off on too was that interview with T. I didn't know how I was ever going to top that anyway. That was so great. He was so cool. And then I just took a long break, and probably around the time where I wanted to get back, I had I don't know how much of this story is worth going into the details about, because we definitely just want to get to and let me make sure that we return to regular speed so we don't have to listen to super slow Jorrun. Around the middle of September, just after the football season had started, I had a semi-serious accident and was very briefly hospitalized. And it is as stupid of a... I mean, if you were to guess any reason why Heisenberg would be in the hospital, would you to guess what the hell, what he get, like super drunk at like a Bills game and like fucking almost died? Yes, that is what happened. The Bills home opener. It had been a very long time. I've really cut back on alcohol in my life. This is probably the longest period of time where like I don't drink outside of maybe some of the Bills games, and like I drank at Thanksgiving, but that was the first time in a very long time. And because I've lost a lot of weight over like the last year, my tolerance is all out of whack. I can't drink like I used to, but I haven't learned that lesson yet. Vex, it was the White Claw surges. That was my mistake. Those strong, sneaky little bastards. 8%, not 5%. If it was regular White Claw, it probably would have been fine. But I think it was a mix of, I hadn't drank in a while. My tolerance is all fine. I didn't have time to eat a lot that day. My stomach was, and I was just slamming drinks up before I know it. And I got to the tailgate with my brother, and we cheers, toasted, and we're like, all right, 1 hour to kick off. Can't wait to go. And then I woke up in the hospital. And that was it.
Oh my goodness.
I had somehow made it to the stadium, and my brother knew enough that that like I was out of it, like I wasn't right. So he said, well, let's get to the bathroom. Maybe you can get sick or something and get it out of your system. And when I was in there, I fell, either collapsed, I don't know, passed out, or knees. It's also the men's room at a football stadium, so that shit slippery as hell. It's gross. But I fell and I hit my head pretty hard. I was knocked out instantly. like unconscious. My sleep watch, my watch that tracks my sleep, clocked me as like fast asleep at like the second that happened, which was crazy. And I was unconscious for quite a while. I had to take an ambulance to the hospital. Never had anything like that ever happen again. I woke up in a neck brace, which was very scary when you're confused and don't know how or why you got there. But fortunately, that was just a precaution. And for like a couple weeks, I was like not quite right. But now I'm feeling good. And I'm trying to move past that and not just dwell on that and feel sorry for myself. It's a stupid thing that happened. But since then, I've been feeling good, healthy. Obviously, I've taken a break from drinking, and it's really paid off. I'm still losing weight, feeling good. Work is good. Work is steady. I'm working like 2 jobs now, selling 26 shirts, which this shirt that I'm wearing right now you cannot buy because it was a limited release. But I designed this. Me and my cousin designed this, and they sold it, and they sold a bunch. Bones Mafia is a skeleton on it. See?
Nice. Look at that.
Thank you, everybody, for the support there. I just felt like I needed to, that's one of those like pivotal life reflecting moments, and I had to get my priorities in order, and I really fell into my work, and it's paid off nicely so far. I'm still not quite where I'd like to be financially. I'm getting there, but I have steady work and opportunities, and yeah, if you guys want to support me, you can buy tickets to my Beatles tribute concert. Now I do like pop-up events at like festivals or events, and I set up t-shirts and we sell Bills Buffalo sports related merchandise. It's a good company, and they donate a large portion of what they make to charity too, which is pretty cool. There's a donation link in the description. I have a new donation sound that I don't think anybody has had the chance to test yet, so it'll be really funny when it happens. Not sorry, sip of water. Water is good. Stay hydrated. That said, now I'm back here. And oh god, that thing is so annoying. The reason recently I've decided to dip my toes back into commenting and just last week I did the stream with Cali, who was nice enough to have me. She invited me on, which was nice. I said then too, I was reflecting on what Jorrun has been up to and what he's done since we got him out of the community, and it bothered me that he was as crappy of the stuff that he was making, as terrible quality as it was, as small of an audience as it was for, he was still making content and enjoying it and thought it was going to go somewhere and just did it for a stupid reason. Like he really does, I would say at least more than half the time he does shit to impress other people. Like he doesn't do it for himself. I'm not really about to win over a ton of new subscribers with this stream on this very niche subject. This is just for me. This is just a vent to catch up and just shit all over this guy that I don't like. And it just bothered me that he could do that, and what used to be a huge passion of mine, I had kind of given up on. And I was like, fuck that. It's about time I fucking get back into the swing of things and try to, try this out and try to make content again. And it's easy. You just flip the live switch on. It's always better to do it with people too. I very rarely stream by myself. Don't like it, but luckily I'm not alone today. Cali is one of, I would say, maybe like it's less than 10 content creators that from the very first second I discovered their content or spoke with them to present day have never had an issue with, have loved everything they made, and have agreed with almost all of their opinions on Jorrun and Lauren. Like it's rare. A lot of those other people are in the chat right now too. Speaking of which, my number one favorite superstar right now, Kat G, who sent me a Christmas gift. Wow, that was nice to send Heisenberg a hat. Look at that hat.
Oh, that's so cool.
But what is it? Is it just a hat? No, it does something. Wait, let's see. Oh! It's lighting up. Sorry, seizure warning. How freaking cool is that? Oh, Cat G. She's so sweet to me. I told her I'm going to get her something in return. Cat, confirm that your Cash App and PayPal or whatever information is still the same, and I will be happy to send you some Christmas Monet for your loved ones or for yourself. Isn't that nice? That's sweet.
That is really sweet.
Cali, would you like to share a few words about anything? Wish a happy holidays to the folks.
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you are okay with what you said happened. That just sounds absolutely awful. And I know it could put you in a certain type of state of mind. And I think going into Jorrun is perfect because, I mean, I think a lot of us share, I think Vex kind of said it as well as me and you. You know, most people that have passion in things tend to not have the best self-esteem. There's that fear of just not being good enough. But with Jorrun, he doesn't have that self-saboteur that a lot of us do, and he just puts it out there without even doing more than one take because he's a professional.
So, sometimes he's said things that I agree with, but he doesn't seem to show. For example, if I've been doing something long enough, I kind of expect myself to get better at it, or I have a high standard of what I think would make good content, and sometimes I abandon projects if I think it's going to take too much time. He said something to that effect. Seemingly, a perfectly reasonable thought that is not at all reflected in his volume of work. Everything he's made has been just as bad or worse than the previous work. And now I realize that there's not really a super big incentive. Oh, and Harriet's back too. She's doing good. For me to greatly change the type of content I make or expand upon it, as long as I'm having fun and y'all are having fun.
Exactly.
And it makes sense to take a break every now and then too, and then revisit it. We are going to probably learn nothing new by listening to this. Hey. And we're just gonna have fun. So yeah, I'm glad that you were on board to cover this specific piece of geography.
It is one of my favorites.
Shout out to Crime Watch Bailey, who I was listening to earlier today, and to her cover this particular stream of his. And I had a lot of thoughts, and I was like, man, I'd love to get back and talk about this. The one thing I don't like about it is the fact that I have to sit through and listen to all those stupid teaching your children about the Church of God, and with the backing track that never changes. Is maddening. I hate it. I can't stand it. Wow, I don't usually wear. I'm looking good in this thing, even considering the fact I got my headphones under that.
Yeah, no, it fits.
Yeah.
Looks
right.
good. Keep it on.
Here's Harriet. Yep. I can't. She keeps jumping off, goes to the door. I'm about to go get up and let her out, and then she comes back here and sits with me. So, okay. All right, just behave now. Yeah, let's listen to what Jorrun has to say.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, yes. And go Bills just in general. Now and always.
Okay. So, let's start this stream off with an apology.
Okay. Ironically, kind of how I started the stream off. I just catching y'all up. But I apologize for not making content. Should I? I think the world was probably better off for a little while. It has been very nice to see a lot of new people making content. I tend to if I miss out on like 1 week of drama or content, I almost like never catch up. I was telling Cali before the stream that I was enjoying a nice Celsius beverage, and she laughed at me, and I don't know why. I know that's it's something. Let me let this cat out, right? But what is fill me in, please.
Oh, God, do you have enough time in the world for this type of story? But I will try to condense it in a way I'll try my best. I will try my best.
Well, I tried to let the cat out, and there was another cat outside the door. She got spooked. She's gonna look out the window. All right, go. So first off, can I say, I saw it all over the place, but knew enough that y'all were making jokes about it, so I avoided it for a while. And then eventually, my brother said, like, "Yo, you gotta try this. It's good. It's low calorie or no sugar, and it's very caffeinated." I was like, "All right, yeah." It's good. I tried the green tea, the peach mango. This shit is good.
Still have yet to try one, but it's the drink of choice of someone who we call the female Lorne Jorrun, and that is Jessie.
Like Jesse Ventura. Or Jesse.
Why don't you tell me why?
From Full House. Jesse.
So many Jessies.
Yeah. Where does this Jesse rank?
Definitely the bottom of any type of tier you would ever like to say, honestly, because she's awful. I do consider her to be actually dangerous. So
she's still active?
Yes, she is.
Did she find us or did we find her?
She found us. She has claimed to have been a part of the TCAP community for about 5 years, but she would mostly frequent Clobber's streams. So that was...
I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, she would go by Jay, and let's see. I don't know when it started.
Pie, yes. Shout out to the sugar-free Red Bull. They're both of them are destroying my insides slowly, but yeah. They're both good. She won't go away.
Yeah, she thinks she's this goddess troll. Honestly, it's a long because she bounces around other communities.
Another stream. Hey, that sounds like somebody I know.
Yep.
And by the way, Kat, I don't know what you're doing 2 weeks from now, but would you like to return to this stream that we're doing right now and do our sort of behind-the-scenes director's commentary over this stream? I think that's enough time for it to be considered like a classic that people will want to revisit and hear about, like our thought process on everything that we said.
Our creative process. Yeah, I think people will really want to see that. Our fans.
Yes, I think you'd have to be sort of like super fans for that, but all right, if people want to do it.
I mean, Jorrun said he has fans, and even Jesse calls everyone fans. So that's how you do it. You gotta call everyone your fans because you are beloved.
I got fans. What I'm looking for are groupies, which is a step above. It's like fans will support everything you do. Groupies will do the same thing, but they will offer themselves to you sexually, even though they've never met you and likely never will. And I mean that's ultimately what we're here for. Why do you think we do these live streams?
Here for the breeds.
Groupies, yes, and the breeds.
Cause is it really Jorrun comedy if I don't apologize? Of course not. Hello, my beautiful, beautiful people. All right, I thought this was gonna be a nice, easy open, but
this text on the screen. Was this him? Yes, because he references it.
Oh yeah, he references everything that he did because he's going to take all of the credit. And this stream is really great because he takes it upon himself to tell us all of his little trademarks.
Trademarks, flagships, one of the calling cards, staples. He's very good at using synonyms over and over again to describe different things, even though it should definitively be one thing, whether it's his gateway drug, how he got started in the community, to his little bits that he did. How many of these did he make? 3? I think.
Oh, directors. Yeah. Well,
no, not directors. Teaching
the teaching. Yeah. I believe he did 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm looking at this text. This is everything you see on the screen. This is not cut off above me here. It says Iching our Hildren. Oh, he cut it off. Or the re-uploader might have.
I don't know, but it's just all kinds of off.
Graphic design is Jorrun's passion. Yeah, that's right. Incredible that this photo of Green Lorne exists, and he had to scour the dump to find it. Otherwise, there would be no way to make a Green Lorne.
Well, he asked for that picture personally from Emma.
And he says, if only there was a photo of Lorne Green, completely
like,
incapable of realizing he could just do that himself.
It's true.
Yeah. He's like, well, if it doesn't exist, oh well, can't be done.
Yep.
Yeah, the font choice is stupid. It's not centered. If it was cut off, I'm just realizing this. This is usually one because there's nothing happening. I usually will listen in the background. I don't actually watch. No, I know he asked Ember for, and she came back with it. I don't know if he knew this existed already and asked for it specific, or what a strange request. It's like, oh, if only there was a photo of wet Lorne, or if only there was a photo of Lorne where it was taken at a 45-degree angle, or there was one where it looked like he had a pimple on his face or on his butt. Well, if it doesn't exist, then it can't exist. You can't edit a photo. That's impossible.
No. That's
impossible.
That's impossible. And there's no such thing as filters. Who uses those?
Not me. Fucking.
AWT. I
gotta love when he literally. Hang on, I'll back it up.
Hello, my beautiful, beautiful people. All right, I thought this was going to be a nice, easy open, but BAWT.
My man just literally spelled out the joke.
Well, he does that all the time. He's like,
for the first time.
We'll see what happens, as Anthony Palumbo would say.
No. He explains the jokes, but he literally spelled it out, the joke. Like,
well, how could we know that? How would we know that he's doing a Lorne reference if he doesn't completely spell it out for us?
Because you just did. Why did you? Oh, COD. CAWD.
Yep.
COD. Get it? Like Lorne would say when you try to say God, but it's when we say COD. Spelled with it's CAWD. CAOUGHDT.
Oh.
I
hit Streamlabs and it says not connected.
Hey, oh, jeez, this is weird. This was happening to me. That's why I was late, guys. I was on time, but I got the not connected message. But
it's all part of your plan. You're being meta with it.
I'm slowly What if I took this hat off and I was just bald? I can feel myself transforming. Do you hear that? Do you hear that right now? I hear bells.
Then I went into YouTube and it said old stream. I'm like, fuck, I have people waiting for me. Am I going to lose them? I don't want to lose you. Anyways, here I am. Let me say hello to my friends Spencer Severa, Roy, Euro. You guys are awesome. Off the Verge, Danny, my precious Midwest.
No, you're not. I denounce anybody that ever supported Jorrun in any way. You are dead to me. You should have known better. The hell are you doing being nice? Supporting young
Young.
creators. Yeah. This is community service. This is like around the holidays when like elementary school kids will go and like sing at the old folks home, you know?
Yep.
I think this counts as volunteer hours.
Yeah,
So.
I think it did. It's a tax write-off if you go to one of his streams.
Western Princess, mwah. Scarlet, my number one. Ow!
Mm.
Okay, things are looking good, good.
Fun fact, he actually stubbed his toe just then, and that's why you said ow. He does that a lot.
I think he got blood all over his rug.
He has his dick out, and his standing desk lowered itself, and he got it caught. And that happens again and again. That's why you go, ow, all the time.
That's what happens. It's an unstable fucking standing desk.
I don't remember if it's this stream or another one where he supposedly gestures to the camera and says, now I've got this great webcam to talk to you to when there is no video. Pretty sure he's using the microphone built into the webcam.
Probably.
And how strange also that his mic quality and stream quality like differs so wildly stream to stream. You never know if you're going to get like phone call Jorrun or like what sounds like phone call Jorrun or just super HD audio Jorrun. I don't like any of them.
They all sound awful.
Yeah. This is not the heaviest snorting he did, I don't believe, because I think he mutes himself in between when he's doing comments, CAW. Oh yeah, when he's doing commentary. But they still sneak in there.
Oh yeah.
TCAP, my best friend. Yay. Dilali, if I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. Hello, friends. Hello so much.
It's cool that you're tight with TCAP recipes. He's a very cool, nice guy. If a man you've chatted with online and met 2 months prior is your best friend, it's very lucky, I guess, if that's true. It's sad that you've went 48 years without a best friend.
Yeah.
That wasn't like best friend or, you know, he's like my best friend, like my actual best friend in the community and also in my real life.
Yeah. You couldn't wait to say that.
And God, I can imagine how like his brain chemicals, his dopamine just lit up as soon as he found out that he lived near him.
Oh God.
Soon we're gonna live together, all of us, me and my subscribers and my groupies. We're all gonna get in the hype house, the Jorrun hype house, making content.
Sounds like a horrible, horrible cult.
Maybe there was a long-term plan here where he was gonna try to like get in with somebody so they could split the rent, because he needs a roommate really bad. Crash
and a nicer apartment.
Could definitely see hey, let me crash at your place, we'll hang out, do a visit, turning into like, well, I'm gonna stay just a little longer, you know, the weather, it's not good. It's like 75 and sunny. If my car breaks down, it's gonna be really hot, so I don't want to risk it.
For coming, I really appreciate it. Here is my situation. I decided, so you guys may or may not know, but I spent the past week doing some professional training in my super secret job that I tell no one about.
Serial masturbator.
And it was a full...
Yes, that's secret's out. It's a professional job. Yeah.
Timed thing. I was doing it Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 Pacific.
That's what he was doing during the lockdown when he wasn't working. Masturbating 8:30 to 5. like all day.
I mean,
We
that's
have
what
it in
he's.
writing.
We do. We have it in writing that he masturbates all day, but still has the gall, the gumption to send a dick pic. Post, ooh,
Post just
post O face.
mm, hey, that's not floating around anywhere, is it? I hope not. What a terrible invasion of privacy that would be if there was like a whole collection of documents.
It'd be a damn shame.
Oh man. Oh man. And what's worse, he could have even deleted it all, but then he has backplace, and he has to go through that.
Standard time, which for me, of course, is 3 hours earlier. And I'm exhausted. So I only put out one video this week. By the way, I hope.
There was nothing about his profession that was medical based, correct?
I can see him
Like he
thinking
wasn't a
that it
massage
is.
therapist. Like I don't know if there's a difference between that and somebody just a masseuse, just somebody who gives.
No, it's the same. I mean, you have to get certified, so
Right. But I'm like, like was he training to learn how to do that? Or
yeah, to be a massage therapist and
that
get
was his
certified.
training? But I thought that was already his job.
I think he might have been close to being done,
Or maybe they had to
but
like teach
I
them
do,
how to massage during COVID. Somehow it's different or something.
yeah, probably just a lot of
Contactless
videos.
Zoom massages.
That's probably how it was, especially if he was still in school during the lockdown. So that I'm sure he's terrible.
Please email me your foot massage final exam, please, on the virtual foot. Never seemed to have made it past that point. That was the only one that he got 100 on, was the foot
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all got.
Recertification class. I figured it was something like that. Like he needed to be retested, and it would make sense if it was after an extended break caused by the pandemic, I guess.
Yeah,
Or,
that makes sense.
or it
They
might have
do
just
have
been an
to
annual thing.
they do have to recertify.
Hmm.
Got into it. Sex Armstrong style, starring the lovely Kelp Pill, was phenomenal. Please watch that after this if you get a chance. Give me a like, a comment, that helps. And I said I want to kick back. And I've always loved directors' commentaries, the DVD features. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to play my earliest series, teaching your children about the Church of God. I'm going to do it with some.
His earliest series. How old was it at this point?
Like
A month.
maybe like a month ago. Yeah,
Returning to the classics.
the classics. I mean, I remember enjoying those commentaries too, but they were entertaining.
Oh, you mean the ones with like Guillermo del Toro or like Quentin Tarantino? Super incredible, brilliant film directors who spent thousands of hours creating one piece of art. Those guys, listen to those guys. That's like I would feel like Jorrun would have the same amount of interesting content to say about teaching your children about the. All right, and let me be straight with y'all too. I've heard it said a couple of times now that Jorrun would have been fine if he stuck to the teaching your children bit. I always liked that series. I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe I'm biased because I came into it after all the shit went down, but I don't see. I think it's just as bad as everything else he's ever done. I don't know why some people give it a pass because, I mean, I guess technically it's like his most creative thing he did for him. It's bad. It's not good, and I don't know why people say like, well, at the time I thought it wasn't too bad. If I was hearing it for the first time, I feel like not if I didn't know what I know now, I would still think this is terrible. Do you agree? Or I don't know. Is it hindsight? Like,
I don't know. I go back and forth because maybe if it's hard to take away of what we know about Jorrun, but I can see it. I could see me not really listening to maybe the whole thing, or I listened to one and I wouldn't follow up and be like, oh, I wonder what the next thing is going to be. But I mean, maybe I can see it getting a pass, but if you really listen to the subtext of the text of this commentary, there were a lot of hidden Jorranisms that were like, what? What did you just say?
Yeah. And we'll get to it eventually. You got to the point where TCAP Recipes said, Jorrun, these little stories of yours are so fun, and it's cool that you make them about other content creators. I'd love to collaborate on one, or I'd love you to do one about me. That would be cool. That has probably never happened to Jorrun ever. Anybody ever requesting to work with him. It's probably always been the other way around. And what's crazy is he shares that story, but the episode he makes about him does not include him adding anything new at all. He still just pulls old audio from other streams. He couldn't get him to record any new lines or actually create anything with him. He still just did it normally.
Yeah. I think that
why.
could have. I think that could have elevated it.
Especially because there was no plot, too.
The plot was the worst. I think because, I mean, there wasn't too much of a story unless, well, Jorrun would know TCAP Recipes' whole life because they're best friends. But yeah, there's no.
Honest seems to be on the same page with me. And he when he says like, so the biggest problem is there's no plot, and I had no plot.
Yeah.
What you're describing is wanting to write a story and not coming up with the story yet.
Yep.
There was no plot. It's like you don't work for anyone other than yourself. Your boss didn't come in and go, I want this teaching your children about the Church of God on TCAP recipe. I want it on my desk by Monday. Whoa, wait a minute. What's the story about? What is it? That's for you to figure out. That's not my problem. You make it up. Oh, well, there's no plot. Dang it. Now I got to come up with one. It's not like that. I don't sit down to write a novel and I go, oh, fuck. There's no plot. Shit. Oh, I have to come up with one now, I guess. Since nobody's going to give me a plot.
Friends in the audience, and we're going to chill out. We're going to have a good time, you know? We'll see what happens, as Anthony Palumbo would say.
Oh, thank God he clarified. I thought he was just...
No idea.
Yeah. That's on
Right.
par with his Chris Chan impression, which by the way, is upon re-listening, is worse than I remember because it's bad. It's not an impression at all. He's not playing a character. It's just him reading. But he also says Christopher Western Chandler. The middle name Western is wrong. But the first name, Christopher, is not his name. Though abbreviated to Chris Chan, he changed his name because of the God Bear from the mall, mishearing it, and called him Christian. So he has 2 of his 3 names wrong. And I never realized that the first time I listened. He says Christopher Western Chandler. Yes. When it should be Christian Weston Chandler. Christine Chandler.
Yeah.
Goddess Blueheart, Sonichu, etc.
And for anyone who's curious about the creative process, I'm here for you.
The creative process. Anybody looking to get into content? As I always say, don't.
Euro, yes, thumbs up. Thank you, Euro. You're the best.
Where's that guy?
Jorrun got all kind of girls.
Gone.
All
Deleted.
all kinds, as the Hodge twins would say. All kinds.
No, as the Hodge twins would say.
Hodge twins. That's what I've always kind of heard. Something twins.
What is he? I know who actually said that. David Schumacher.
Yes.
Let's.
Kinds. All kinds, as the Hodge twins would say. All kinds. Okay.
What?
Who? I,
There's a small delay in the stream. I'm waiting for somebody in the comments to. Is that David Schumacher's rap name I don't know about? Hodge twins? Who the fuck are the Hodge twins?
did he have a twin?
That's what I'm hearing, right? Like you're hearing that too?
Yes. And I've always heard that. Never really said much about it, but
The
I
Hodge
just figured
twins
it was
tour.
Hodge twins.
I'm Googling it right now. The Hodge twin. Oh, is it a band? Hodge.
Was he making a boy band joke?
Hodge Twins show. They're performers of some kind. David Hodge Schumacher and his brother Dwayne Hodge. They are conservative YouTubers. Neat.
Oh.
Did he inadvertently make a TCAP reference without realizing it?
Possibly.
And attributed it to some, or like maybe they also say that, but for some reason he referenced them instead of David It's like, oh, COD, as Nelson Mandela would say. They were a short-lived rap group who had a famous song called All Kinds of Girls. Okay. Which is actually who David was quoting on TCAP. Was he quoting it? I'm pretty sure that's just a blanket statement that he believed. I get all kinds of bitches, and people are like, oh, you're quoting that song. Like, no, just saying. I'm lying. I'm just saying it. You know, it's a statement.
But I don't know. I think he
David
got
Schumacher, he's in the backseat. He goes, you know what? I want to just get out of here. I want you to take me home, country roads, to the place I belong. That's a quote. That's a song. That's a lyric.
Yes.
All kinds of girls. All kinds.
Hey.
What a stupid. Is it a good joke? I don't know. It seems stupid.
Let me see.
Didn't
9
get it at
p.m.
all,
for
so
me.
didn't
Euro?
work.
Yes. Oh God, Nelson Mandela. If you don't remember him saying that, that is the Nutella effect that you're experiencing.
Thank you for staying up. TCAP says
Alpha laugh.
I can only do one video now in the back. I'll tell. Oh,
He does at one point in this go hee hee.
He does.
That was the point when I was listening to this earlier today. I laughed out loud and I was like, "All right, fuck, we gotta talk about this."
TCAP. Guess what, bro? I didn't get to tell you. I officially go back to work on the 17th. 9 more days of freedom, man. So I'm gonna try to go ham, as the kids say. Put out a lot of content.
God.
Go ham.
As the kids say.
Yes.
It's just that he's got, I think, and we'll hear more examples of it, like sentence just add-ons. The statement and the sentence could have been over, but he has to make more sounds and say more words for some reason, just
Yes.
nervously. That didn't need to be said. It's not even correct. And also, as the kids, are you around a lot of kids, Jorrun?
Yeah.
You follow a lot of kids? You do? We've seen your Instagram. Hashtag going hog. Or going ham, whatever. Going ham.
Going bacon.
Going pork. Going kosher.
Content next couple of weeks for this Am I Singing channel. So we're gonna see what happens. But yeah. Playtime is over. The real world beckons.
And we never had any pandemic-related issues after that. And that was the end. That was our little playtime where hundreds of thousands of people died.
Yeah.
Playtime's over.
So,
Yep.
Jace. Hello, Jace. Are you new to my channel? I'm gonna just show you a little director's commentary. I'm gonna play some.
Oh, we got to shout out I'm Sorta Kinda Bored, right?
Yes.
Fantastic piece probably no new information for anybody watching this stream, but it's still really cool to see when Jorrun stuff is put together very professionally and
Yes.
does a good job. And for a while, there's been a need for like a really good base level intro to Jorrun. Teaching your children about Jorrun essentially is what we really need.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the next best thing. I'm sort of kind of bored. It's made so many great pieces about stuff in our community and some content outside of it too. Very cool, dude.
So good. So amazing.
Some of my older videos and pause them to talk over them. Should be fun. So this is the first one I ever did.
It's up to you.
It's called, obviously the series is called Teaching Your Children About the Church of God. This one is the imaginary backstory of Sir Clobbering Time. So, a little background here. I was in the Church of God about 4 months, and I decided I wanted to do
Yeah, here to party too. That was the first time I actually heard it. I always was curious, but I was never gonna go out of my way to listen to that. And I still technically haven't heard the whole thing. The only bits of it I've heard were in that video. But it's enlightening.
Yeah, I think that was so important, and I'm glad that it was added to it, and it was a different voice for the genie, but it really put a lot of people like, oh, it is that bad.
It is that unfunny. It is that weirdly specific. You know, it is the only time he ever. I mean, it's not the only time he's made uncomfortable sexual content about TCAP stuff, but it was the only time he ever involved himself directly in it. Just inserted himself in there. Yeah, it's. I guess it. If anyone's ever described it to you, and you've thought, is it as bad as they say? I say, yeah. It's weirder too. It's not super overt, but knowing what we all know now, you realize how creepy it is.
But yeah.
content, and I get this crazy idea for me explaining real life events as if I'm telling him to a child.
I'm surprised that he didn't have like a fairy tale fetish that we didn't know about. There's more evidence to support that, or an ogre fetish, you know.
Well, eating little girls.
He makes a joke about that in that, and then is like, let's make it a little more uncomfortable. Like, no, like let's talk about eating out little girls. And then he in his commentary, he's like, eating out little girls, is that bad? I don't know.
So.
Oh yeah, and let's not forget his Oh, excuse me. So that is a very real visceral reaction I have to hearing about what Lauren did. I cannot help it.
Yeah.
I find that very disturbing.
As an actor, sometimes as an actor, you've got to say some things you wouldn't normally say. And I am just that authentic that
Jorrun, those are your words. You wrote this.
What?
Everything, Jorrun, I know, I'm like having a conversation. You're saying that as Jorrun. I'm going, Jorrun, you are writing the words. This is your joke. You made this video.
These are your lines. You wrote them, dude.
Yeah, but what he did was pretty fun. No, look, that was real, actually. That was real.
And that's how this whole thing started, because he's like, people are going to want to know and be overly explained why I
I better let people know that I don't approve of that.
Yes.
Very overtly and twice, not coping, not compensating, just for comedic effect, but also to be very serious. I cannot express how serious it is. These silly sounds that I'm making.
I turned real life events and people into fairy tales. And seems to have gone over well. And the first one I ever did was for Clobbering Time, and he played this as the intro to his show for about a month. And I went from 0 subscribers
to 0 subscribers. I can't hear.
I can't unhear.
I know. Was that weird versions or Sloth Cat made like
weird versions?
Yeah.
Did that song? Yeah. I believe did he do the video? I don't know. It's so fucking good though.
Yeah.
250 pretty much overnight, so always be thankful for that. But here we go. Oh, Jay says he's lurked on some of my music videos, so welcome aboard.
Jay seems like a nice guy.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Jay sounds great.
Hi there, boys and girls.
Can everyone
How
hear it
are you
okay?
today? Today, we will learn about a member of the Church of God named Sir Clobbering Time. His actual name.
Just realized that his series teaching your children about the Church of God didn't start with the episode explaining the origin of Church of God, unless this is it. No,
Oh.
it's the one where he tells the story of the crucifixion. He talks about Betty. He says because of Betty, Lauren was able to go and get arrested, and then something happened, and then people started laughing. But that's not this one.
No.
He didn't even teach the children about the Church of God until like the second or third one.
Yes.
He's doing it. He's taking the Star Wars approach, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, series now, they're jumping timelines, it's a whole universe.
It's up to the viewer, the listener's interpretation of the order that
Yes.
they want to experience them in. I see.
Is clobbering
No
Ting
wrong
Time,
answers.
but the Ting is silent.
He has since dropped the ting. Moment of silence for the ting. That's enough.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a wonderful princess named Betty. Betty was very much beloved by her subjects.
Oh my god!
So this one has Betty in it.
Has Betty in it, yeah.
But he does start another one and prefaces it with like,
Yes.
this is the story of the crucifixion of Lauren.
Yeah. Starting with Betty and her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta be more knowledgeable about my Jorrun lore. My lore.
One day,
Saint Betty of Cambridge. Nothing but love.
an evil ogre known as the Lorn Lynn came to terrorize the princess. He scared the princess into giving him all the riches of the kingdom. Oh no!
Cali, you do the best. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! That's not me doing you. That's me doing him. I
Oh,
like you.
sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. How many times does he do that? Well, he did it here. He did it in the roast. He ended it.
Roast.
He ended the roast. Oh no. I know. I'm gonna hear it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
does it. I think he
obviously
does
we're
it in
going-
every episode of these.
Would you say
Possibly.
Would you say it's his trademark? His calling
One
card?
of so many.
Yes.
Going into the real life events.
Yes. You prefaced the commentary with this. Here we go. What are we? 30 seconds in? Okay.
And when I decided, of course, that the number one villain would be obviously Lauren Armstrong, I'm like, okay, what is a good fairy tale character that I can put him in there? Obviously, he's ugly and misshapen looking.
And here's another example where he goes into explaining and describing a mythical abused hyena. Hello. Welcome back. He goes into detail explaining the characteristics of a mythical creature like they're real.
Yes.
And let's listen.
So that helps. And I'm like, an ogre. Ogres are
Like onions.
evil
Yeah.
and fierce, but at the same time, unless they're really, really huge, which sometimes they are, they can be pretty cowardly. And I'm like, okay, how do I...
Has that been your experience with ogres, Callie? Would you agree?
Not every time I've interacted with an ogre, but because they're totally real.
Yeah, first off, I want to say I know some very intelligent ogres, okay?
Mm.
I think it's unfair to group in or stereotype a specific species of mythical
Yes.
creatures that don't exist. Right up there with genies, too, you know? If you listen, if you have a problem with the way genies behave these days, the modern genies, if you will, keep it to yourself. It's not your business. They ain't your genie, you know? If it's your genie, that's a different story, you know? And it's not funny either, you know? Old genies that'll have sex with that's funny. And it creates a twinge of jealousy in anybody who hears about it. So, you know, yes, not all ogres.
Play.
Yes.
Change his name to sound more fairy tale-ish. I'm like, well, Armstrong doesn't help.
Let's hear how he changes Lorne's legal name to sound more fairy tale-ish. How does he do it? Does he add I don't know. Does he change the spelling to like Old English? Does he translate it into like German or something, like a German fairy tale? Is it a play on words? Is it a pun? Let's see what he does.
Right? Armstrong is a cool last name, but I'm like, Lorne, his middle name is Lynn. I have to do something with that. And I'm like, the Lorne Lynn. So he became the evil ogre, Lorne Lynn.
I gotta say, I was not expecting him to take his name and just use it.
Yeah, I'm really glad that he explained that to us, because genius.
So maybe in a follow-up series, you can do a story about Jean-Pierre Wary, but call him the Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
Earth-shattering indeed, rocket fuel. For skin. Rocket foreskin? What? What about foreskin? Rocket fuel foreskin. I got it. Okay.
And here we go.
He did this by showing her his big, ugly, stupid, misshapen face.
Ooh. I kind of zoned out for a second. I didn't know what he was going to... He said face. Okay. I thought he was going to say something else.
What did the princess do?
His dick.
She
Yeah.
needed a
But that would have been funny, so...
That would have been fun. Yeah.
brave hero to protect the kingdom.
Let's not pretend any of us would not be scared if we...
Does this bother anybody yet? The pausing within the pausing now that I'm pausing his pausing of his video? Is this making people dizzy or nauseous? I'm sorry.
saw that hideous face. So part of the fun of this series is when I get angry, because I enjoy getting angry, as does my lovely Scarlet Ebony.
Notably, the only two people in the community to get angry at Lauren.
Yeah.
That was also another trademark of his.
Yes. How mad he gets at Lorne, and how it just creates these guttural sounds. And
that's how, weirdly enough, he was able to make connections with, coincidentally, a lot of women. It just happened to be women in the community.
Yes.
He's like, oh, you find Lorne weird and annoying and frustrating. That is so weird. I do too.
wow.
Where do you live? What is your first name? What is your last name? Let's share this connection.
That's pretty cool. Ape says, seriously, nothing about the Church of Cod is appropriate for children. To me, that's part of its appeal.
Make fun of Lorne.
But mostly watching Lauren get his. Exactly. Ape, if you are actually sharing these videos with your children, I would consider you an unfit parent. But I love the idea that these are fake public service videos that I do.
Are these supposed to be something? Like a parody of something?
I think he might have actually been worried that someone would read their children this story. I think he was actually concerned. And he didn't take the joke. Like he didn't get the joke.
It's irresponsible on his part, really.
Yeah.
You should have parody, warning, content warning, not real. Do not share with children.
Yeah. This gets really weird.
Shrek deserves none of this.
This video was probably sent to people that never watched it. So he's worried about people viewing it, like the wrong people viewing it. He had like negative views. Like the amount of people he thought had watched it had not actually watched it. So it's safe, I guess.
If Lauren were an ogre, living in a swamp would be a step up for him. You know what? A swamp scarlet realistically would probably be a lot more hygienic. It's natural, that's for sure. Probably has less mold. And, yeah, I agree. Let's continue.
So she found one and made him a knight.
I dub thee Sir Clobber.
She knew he was very brave.
Sir Clobber.
Yo, Clobber fucking sucks. Clobber's a real good guy. I hope he sees this and takes this as inspiration to maybe come back and make some content.
Yeah.
Or don't. That's don't. Like, don't feel if you've ever made any content, here's what Jorrun failed to finish his thing on. If you want to make content, do it. If you make content and it's just not hitting for you anymore, take a break. It's cool. We don't care. You know, if it's for yourself, then fine. I'm gonna miss it, and people tend to take long periods of time away and come back, and that's great. I'm always excited to see people stream again or upload again, and then they haven't in a while. But this shouldn't be anybody's career, you know.
No.
You don't have to tie your entire self-esteem to how well your streams do.
Yeah, when it starts to feel like a job, take a little break.
Yeah. So that's what I imagine. Clobber, same thing. Life catches up with you, but I have a feeling he'll be back eventually. Yeah. And I hope you all join me in downvoting and reporting his stream as soon as it goes live.
Sir Clobber was very loyal to his princess.
You're our precious little princess. We loved you first.
He was very loyal to another princess.
Hey, Bridget, precious little frozen pixie.
And to yet another princess.
Princess Peach, hey, princess.
So,
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. So obviously, Club is my friend, and I make him sound good here, but...
Oh, to all of that. Oh,
Yeah. Now let me take him down a couple pegs.
there were like 5 different times in the span of 5 seconds I wanted to pause and be like, nope, 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 nope.
It's always fun to make fun of your friends, isn't it?
Would you know about that, Jordan?
I don't think so.
At least people seem to really get a kick out of making fun of me, I guess. So it seems fun for them.
And of course, that's what I did. By the way, I miss Princess Peaches so much.
Yeah, that
I
was
miss her
fun.
and that cute little sexy giggle. Where is she gone? If anyone knows Princess Peaches, please tell her I miss her.
Send me her latitude and longitude. I need to know.
I
And
really
a
do.
lock of hair.
She is awesome. Just to let you guys know, it was a beautiful summer day here, but now it's overcast. If you hit...
I was thinking the same thing. I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of fun someday.
Yes.
It's fun to make fun of your friends, isn't it? I sure hope it is, because when I get some, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Or he was the one that got made fun of all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he thinks friendship is.
Yeah. He'd be friends, just a group of guys, coworkers, ragging on each other. And he wouldn't be able to come up with anything on the spot.
Oh no. He
So
would
he-
write a script.
So he would
and
go
bring it
back
in.
and film afterwards like a
Yes.
video takedown. Here's what hey, watch this. This is what I really think this is what I meant to say before. I'm not going to watch that. Okay.
Instead of me
Okay.
running, I'm running to close the windows because they've been threatening us with thunderstorms. They even...
Jorrun, who's they? Who's been threatening you with thunderstorms? Thor himself.
said hail.
The
It's fucking September here in New England. How are we gonna have hail?
Yeah, only in
I
New England.
digress.
Yeah.
Here we go. Back to the story and clobbering time and how he just can't commit to one princess.
oh, the king.
Is that the story?
I guess that's the whole story.
Back to that point, and I'm pretty sure he moves right past it right now.
Yes.
would be protected from the fearsome ogre. Say, did this kingdom have a king?
The base shaman is the king,
Are you sure about that, Clobber?
the undisputed king.
Okay, base shaman is the king. I have no problem with base shaman being the king.
He did.
He did.
What's a king to a god?
So what's cool about that line is,
It's a god to a non-believer. know who doesn't believe in Jorrun. Not me. Fuck that.
I've been putting off getting this done because for me as a creator,
Putting off getting what done? What are you talking about? This live stream or the video you made a month ago? What did he say?
about that line is, so I've been putting off getting this done.
The first video. Yeah.
Yes.
About he was stuck on this line and he put it off. What was the line?
Okay, Base Shaman is the king. I have no problem.
Oh yeah, this is how he's like, oh, he's like, I scoured 50 hours of Clobber live streams waiting for him to say Base Shaman is the king, rather than just write Clobber and say, hey, can you send me an MP3 of you saying this?
Exactly.
Like, I really believe he was like, geez, I really hope they've said this at one point somewhere. Otherwise, there's no way I could finish the script or the plot.
Yeah, if he's such good friends, he says, like, Moo, make fun of your friends. Like, you should have messaged him and asked. I'm totally sure that all these people would have been like, yeah, totally. You don't even have to have a conversation. Just say, here are your lines, say them, bring them back to me whenever.
I've
no
done
rush.
that. I've done that for
Yeah.
like Arrested videos before. We'll talk about the idea and then he'll send me a script. I'll say, send me the script so I could say exactly what you want me to say. And I do it. I've done it for other people's projects too.
With Base Shaman being the king.
So what's cool about that line is, so I've been putting off getting this done because for me as a creative person, when I have a good idea, it gets a little too big in my mind sometimes, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be the best idea ever, blah, 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 blah. And then I get overwhelmed.
He got overwhelmed and it got too big because he forgot he could ask someone to record an MP3. It came to a screeching halt. He was on fire up until this point.
Wait, I'm sure he didn't know what to do if someone gave it to him.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I think he says he just happened to be listening and he heard that.
Oh.
Not, he
Really?
asked around. He's like, does anybody ever remember anybody saying the Base Shaman is the king?
It's because I go into perfectionism and I tend to withdraw.
Perfectionism.
Bad habit.
He
Somebody
withdrew
was
a
having
while ago from
So
perfectionism.
I wanted to get this done and give it to Club a
Little
week
red
earlier,
jacket.
but I was dragging my feet. Well, that very Sunday, after I was originally going to send it to him, Base Shaman did that in his show. He did Base Shaman is the king, the absolute king.
Base Shaman didn't do
and
that.
so that was perfect. I'm like, yes, the king.
Clobber did that. Getting your best friend's names mixed up there.
Whoops.
Kingdom now
Goodness.
as a king. This is awesome. So I put that in. When Klaba debuted this on his channel, Base Shaman was in the audience. And Base Shaman sometimes shows up with Sundays for COD. I believe he's a very busy guy. I mean,
Sundays for COD, my favorite show.
Yep, I love Sundays for COD.
he streams every damn night and does his own content. So seeing him there and seeing his smiling face emoji pop up was very...
I'm really close with these guys. They're like my best friends. Just the other day, I was watching his smiling face emoji pop up on my on somebody else's live stream, and I was like right there with him. I was like, could we be any closer?
I mean, it's meant to be because Base Shaman dressed like a genie.
Also, that is probably pretty foreign to him. He probably, when he communicates via text, he gets a lot of people with no emojis. They're not having a fun conversation. It's, can you cover my shift today?
Yes.
Is this Darren? Do I have the wrong number? Your bill is past due. You know, like, so to see people use emojis, it's like, whoa, these guys are wild now. Everybody put the most obscure emoji you can find in the chat right now. Let me know how you're feeling. Something you've literally never used or sent to anybody. Go ahead.
very cool to me. I was very happy. Scarlett, when did Betty? I'm happy to answer that. Excuse me. What happened was, I don't know if this was the first or second time she was on the show. I knew there was the interview, which is how I became a fan of Clobber. First thing I ever heard of Clobber, I stumbled on his channel because he had
Tried to walk away and he stumbled.
the call where the great Tiffany Lockhart gets Lorne to read the Lornography. And I found that. I'm like, oh my God, this is gold. And Clobber kept interrupting. And I'm like, who is this asshole? He needs to shut off.
All right. In your opinion, who got it worse? Heisenberg hotter than who? Not me. Fuck that. Or who is this asshole that needs to shut off? I feel like it's me because I'm most affected by it. But that is rough.
That's pretty damn rough.
They are friends though, apparently. So
Yes.
it's cool, I guess. They're making fun of your friends, you know. Shut off. I know it's the shut off part, not shut. If somebody's ever told you to shut off, that cuts deep. It says, don't just stop talking. Have your brain and heart stop working. It's like I want you to suddenly die because you're an asshole.
Because you're this guy's. He's a jerk. He's a legitimate asshole.
This asshole. You know, as all people do. He's the type. Jorrun's the type of guy. Here we go. Jorrun's the type of guy who accepts his reality as universal, meaning that if it's happened to him, then it's normal. I watched I Dream of Jeannie, and I was obviously turned on by the genie, as everybody is, as it was aroused, like everybody was. I came across this channel, and I was like, yo, who is this asshole needs to shut off, as we all do the first time we find Clobber, you know? Like he just thinks, he doesn't stop to think that he's ever experienced anything different from anybody else. You know, it's all normal to him. Yeah.
Yes.
He dips his pizza in peanut butter and is like, as we all do, you know. Like,
Oh.
something gross like that.
Well,
Don't do that.
right. Same mistake everybody makes. Later on, you find out Clobber was...
He's explained, like... it's like... it's like just something we all experience. The first time you hear Clobber's voice, it's like nails on a chalkboard. You go, oh, there cannot be any other version of what I'm listening to out there at all. This is it. This is the only one I have access to. And he keeps talking over it. Don't you hate when people talk over content? Anyway, back to the director's commentary.
Raising money. Clobber's fucking awesome. And he would do that. So I had found out about Betty, I believe, through Sam Pendleton's channel. Fell in love with her.
Oof, throwback.
Heard his interview. I'm like, okay, this is a really solid dude. And it was either the first or second time, I think Betty was saying how different people had like there was a pope and stuff, and Clobber had no title. And Clobber, Mr. Modesty, he's like, yeah, I don't have one. So she knighted him. She goes, do I have the right to do this? He goes, you have more right than anyone.
It sounds like a really fun call and conversation I would much rather be listening to than you explaining it.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's no link to that moment or even that stream.
Well, you can't put links to anything else in your videos. Some people might go watch it and something else. No. You got to stay here. You gotta watch and listen to the series, the whole series.
The whole thing.
Hit the bell so YouTube doesn't drop the ball.
In the church, which is so true. So she knighted him. And I think that was the same time where Betty did mini syllables. And it was out of nowhere because she loves when Clobber does, as we all do. And she did mini syllables, and I swear to God, I literally fell out of my chair. I fell out of my chair.
This was 2 days after the fact. It was completely unrelated, but felt the need to tell you I fell out of my chair. Yes. And I got a fucking dent in my head.
May have been drinking. Probably. But yeah.
Hey.
Been there.
Yeah. It sounds like he knows how to hold his alcohol better than I did.
Because he fell out of a chair.
Fuck. All right, I take that back. I'm not laughing at that. Sorry, Jorrun. We've all happens to the best of us. Oh fuck. Yeah, now maybe I do have another dent in my head. I'd say no, I do have a dent in my head. I don't go around
no.
bragging about it like he
Right.
does. It's just I got a weird shaped head. You can't really see it. It's back here. I've always had it. I think I asked, like, I've always known it was there. I've always felt it. You can't see it, but I asked, like, one of my hairdressers once. I was like, "Is that weird? Does that freak you out?" And they were like, "Literally everybody has like a weird skull shape. There's no like uniform, like, nobody has like a perfectly shaped head. Everybody's kind of got some weird fucking thing, subtle thing
Yeah.
to it."
And no one really thinks about it, mentions it to anybody. Like, it's not special, Jorrun. I mean, I know you something tragic happened to you, but it's not a special.
And I have a fucking
dent.
bruise on my arm.
Yeah.
See that? This is where I dropped the baby on my arm. And now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah, that's what happened. He was definitely during a Sunday with
Dented head gang. Ooh.
cod stream scar.
A,
Shut
a barber has never thought about Jorrun. Cookie whoopie pie. What do a barber and a comedy club promoter have in common?
Ooh, what?
They look at Jorrun and say, "There's no opportunity to make any money there." See,
Hey-o.
I'm going to tell you what I love about that joke. It's because...
Please tell me.
Yeah, so those of you that may not know, Jorrun is bald. And I know, as you know, when you hear him for the first time, you don't see him. You think he has a mohawk, as we all do. But he actually doesn't. Do you imagine the non-existent hair? The non-existent hair.
Jeff says you'll get the thunderstorms. I got a couple hours back. I'm staying in. Oh no. Euro says it's not summer till the 20th. We've had sleet in English weather. Yuck. Off the Verge. It's not Clever's fault that all the princesses want him. You know what, Verge? You're absolutely right. He deserves them, but still, he could give me a few, couldn't he? Does he have to have them all? I'm just saying.
A few what?
Was he the cleanest?
Groupies.
Did the chatter use the word groupie?
No, but I'm pretty sure that's what
Followers,
Jorrun,
fans, or something. Yeah.
I think that's what Jorrun believes. That
Or
because
maybe it
he
was
says hi, because he says
princesses.
hi. Yeah, princesses, but it's also because he's making in the story, he's also got another princess and another princess.
That is such a fucking epic own. Oh my god.
Yeah. He can give me some. Give me those table scraps.
Grr, give me those women. Grr, I'm so angry. Just kidding. Grr. Ah, give me a few. Hey, not really.
Give me a crumb.
Best pleasure having.
Alphanus, ask your virtual best friend for a crumb of pussy.
Yeah.
Please, God. Not even, but just a subscriber.
Just a subscriber, please.
Just in the community was. I've subscribed to like commenters in live streams that have said funny shit that have never posted content and never will. But I'll hit subscribe just because I like to show support.
Yeah.
Or something, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we play fast and loose with the subs here, you know. Like we.
Yes.
Yeah. This. Give me those subs.
Base Shaman. Yes, Euro. Yes, it was. Definitely. All right, let's continue.
Sir Clobber was strong, brave, and ready to fight. Children, he is what we call an alpha male.
Absolutely.
No woman could control him, no matter how beautiful she
I don't know who you think you're talking to. You're not talking to Warren right now.
Now that does not mean that he wasn't aware of his own shortcomings.
I'm just some idiot in Chicago.
So look at how great that was. Clobber and I.
Hard for me to look at the audio, Jorrun.
See how
Yeah.
good I did there.
Listen to how nice this smells. Delicious. Let's see how good that was. Let's see.
Before I started doing content, we had a
But I feel like he like would have to really go out of his way to find audio clips to continue his story, but somehow has like a huge folder with like anything self-deprecating or insulting to clobbering time. Like
yeah, so
he had that
use...
ready to go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You call yourself an alpha male, but here you say you are a loser. It's like he really doesn't understand the concept of a self-deprecating joke. You know.
No,
he
he
would
doesn't
never
get
do
it.
that.
No, never.
I mean, what is the worst he's ragged on himself?
His dent.
He says,
in
"I'm a
his
big
head?
softie" at one point.
Yeah, he's a perfectionist. Uh,
Yeah.
he's a better singer, songwriter,
Yeah.
human being. I speak better than you.
you.
Aw.
Oh man, better singer, songwriter, guitarist, human being. I just forgot how fucking stupid this guy is.
I know.
It's amazing that he turned his life around after all this and sought professional help and stopped making really cringy content. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
hit on cringy female and pushed his
yeah,
fetish on them
and they loved
day
it.
one. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they all loved it.
Like
Very-
so
very-
many times, people he met online were
Yeah, very
really into
very receptive,
representative. Oh my god!
joke going back and forth.
I speak better than you. No, you don't. No, you do not.
So Clobber plays this character sometimes where he is the brother of Winnie and Debbie, known as Derek James. And so when that happened, I've been studying the whole thing about alpha males.
Did you? A couple weeks ago, I sent some folks a message saying like, "Damn, we pulled the trigger too early on ending Jorrun's career because I would have loved to hear his take on Andrew Tate. He would have been somebody he brought up or quoted like all the time." Wait a minute. When did Jorrun stop making content?
Well, on his channel, it was July when he got outed.
And when did Andrew Tate start making content? They're both bald. Oh my god. Andrew Tate is Jorrun comedy. the letters rearranged. Yeah.
Yes. John Curry mode.
Yeah. Oh. Way back, Tate. What was Tate doing that was really cringy like a long time ago? As far as I knew, he just did his fighting career.
I really honestly don't know
Jorrun does.
much.
There's 100% chance Jorrun is has subscribed to paid money to Hustlers University. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
And he sees himself as like the old wise man of the like all those young guys that are in there. He's like fellas, a little alpha male advice, like he'll
like that voice.
like he paid extra to get like the special title only moderator privilege.
Yes.
Yeah. Professor Jorrun.
And beta males just in the past year. And the joke I would do when I'd be on Clobber's thing is I would call him like Alpha Male Derek or something. And
shout out Alpha Male Derek.
I would just joke around in comments, and I'd say stuff like, wow, Ramona will give Lauren a perfectly logical, sensible, solution. And Lauren will respond back by going, no! So I go, Lauren is the most stubborn child I've ever met.
I'm sorry, what did this have to do with alpha males?
Because what every time Lauren, because he's done it so many times, does no. That's him becoming beta, because that's a beta answer. No, coward. Ooh.
The alpha answer is, I deleted it. I'm sorry. I can check. I really thought I do. That's impossible. The Manos. I think so. I think I kind of am aware of that stuff. Obviously, I try to stay away from that. I don't believe in men's rights. I believe men should do an opposite of, I want to say, the 20th Amendment. Surrender their right to vote. Lose rights.
Yes.
And I don't take that as I'm pro women. No, I hate women too. I just think men have had enough. You know, we should put it in neutral for a while. You know.
Yeah.
Let the ladies worry about it, running the country and doing that shit. Because we're not that great at it. I think. Do you think that there's hope for people that are studying how to be an alpha male? Is it like anything else online where it's probably healthy to a degree? It seems like something that when I hear like young boys are really into Andrew Tate, I'm like, it makes sense. Like, I get it. They really don't know any better. They have a very inflated sense of ego, and their world is small. You know, their world is their 5th grade classroom in their home, and that's it. You know, that's their whole world. They don't really know much about anything, and everything. Of course, everything that people with platforms like that have very strong opinions. Everything they say is always like there's some sort of hint to. There's like a hint of truth to what they say. It's like, oh, you know, you got a problem with poverty and homeless, get out and get a job. It's like, yes. Yeah, no shit. Like, of course. Yeah. Why do you feel like you're a rebel for coming up with this? And hey, newsflash, shit doesn't always work. There's circumstance, you know, you got to factor in everything. But I just think that if you're spending time at the age of 48 doing research and on YouTube too, like there you can find hypnosis videos on YouTube of how to like transport yourself to Hogwarts mentally.
Yeah.
And
regress into past lives.
Like,
but nope, not Jorrun.
No. What do you think?
How to be an alpha? I mean, I think it's all that stuff is for Jorrun, because I don't see him as someone who really got out much. He claimed to have had a very sheltered childhood, and I think he has this also like this idea of how the world works through. He probably watched like a lot of like television and movies, because I see that type of, you know, he wants things to just work out as they go without really making much of an effort. So with the alpha things, it's all generic shit, you know. It's just, you know, you gotta be.
The role of a conservative grifter is a dangerous game. It's easy. It's shooting fish in a bait. It's so easy. It's just
yes.
Affirm is, but as soon as it's dangerous, because as soon as you start like believing the things that you're saying and like doubling down on it and really going into it, there's like a point of no return where like you're redeemable and you can't come back from that. And then you've kind of fucked yourself by being a rebel and saying, I don't care if I'm silenced, and then all the social media platforms boot you, so you have to go to like redwhiteandblue.net and have a show there and shill your supplements.
Yes.
And now you're kind of fucked. Yeah. Yeah, Jorrun is that. He's the sucker. He's on the shit end of everything, you know.
He's all about those how-tos, like how to make it into music when you're over this age. And
he is the perfect person for anybody involved in a pyramid scheme.
Yes.
To buy the merchandise and to join their downline and attempt to, and see it as easy money, as a get-rich-quick quick scheme and like do it himself, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The
nobody
most
does it
normal
better.
thing about him is the fact that he's been able to hold on to some steady income
Yeah.
in a job and in a profession.
Has an apartment.
Yeah. Like those are weird, you know. He chooses to spend his time on such weird shit. The stuff that he chooses to make and the amount of time he plans on making it versus the amount of time he edits it and actually puts into physically making it, it's so out of wet. It's so unbalanced. One of those things he doesn't put enough time into, at least. Usually it's all day. He doesn't plan well, he doesn't execute well, and he doesn't edit after the fact.
Or he doesn't practice what he's reading. That's what it seems like. He read all the books, but he's not taking that extra step to actually go out in life and experience something and maybe use whatever you've been taught.
Because in your head, you're like, I'm going to go to a party and I'm going to connect with a girl and some beta bitch is going to bump into her and start an altercation and I'm going to come over and go, hey, that's not cool. Respect women. And then she'll suck me off right there.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Jorrun doesn't get invited to parties. And he
You gotta at least get that.
He doesn't know how to talk to girls to begin with. He can't connect with them. So that's the problem. It's like it's teaching yourself self-defense, which is a good, valuable skill. But I'll say owning an assault weapon, right? Cool. Will really come in handy if an army of zombies attacks your house. You will be very happy you have it. But
yes,
it's probably not going to be necessary. You know, I probably went a little overboard. And I accidentally and inadvertently may have put myself in more danger by having it.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of the same. That's a weird tangent to go on.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And Clobber responded back with total beta, Jorrun, which is hilarious.
Hilarious.
And fun fact, if there's ever Jorrun trivia, if you want trivia, here's some now. I almost didn't go with Jorrun. I almost went with Alpha Male Derek. Because Derek is my favorite character in Lornography. He's awesome. And I absolutely love the idea of Lauren someday finding my channel and going, it's another Derek, I can't get.
I just thought of a great bit from, ironically, a comedian who has a bit in common with Jorrun, Louis C.K., about how he likes to fly first class because he can, and it's nice. Yeah. And one time, a fully, dressed out service military veteran or active military member in uniform. Oh.
Time for me to go do the nighttime meds and breathing treatment stuff. Thanks for streaming. Love all you guys. One.
Catchy, $5. $5. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Thank you.
Yeah, night, Catchy.
I see you use the super chat function. I thought I changed this. I bet if you go to the Streamlabs link for anybody, there's another sound, but I really want you guys here because it's so funny. Thank you, Catchy. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And good night, and come back and watch the rest of the stream tomorrow. We'll see you then. You're the Catchy is the whole reason, really, honestly, that I decided to stream again. For being real, she was just so nice and just checks in with me every now and then, and maybe we check in on each other. And I was like, I gotta do it for Catchy.
Catchy.
Gotta do it. But the point of the story was he's riding first class, and on comes the decorated service member, and he says he knows he's a shitty human being because he thought, wouldn't it be so nice if I offered my seat in first class to him? Mm-hmm. But he didn't. But he felt good about himself that he had that thought to begin with.
Yes.
That's a that's a Jorrun brain function, and I forget what it was exactly that just tipped me out and reminded me about that. Jorrun, you said a little bit of Jorrun trivia. What do you say? Let me back it
His
up. His
name.
Oh yeah, you almost went with all there.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but yeah, is that not like a total Jorrun thing? Like,
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of Louis C.K. stuff.
Maybe it was because he says like I'm into the alpha, like, and he would never be able to really use that, and also the dom sub thing that he'd never ever have the balls to really do. But like in his head, he thinks he's a badass because he thought of doing it.
He thought about doing it. Yep.
Right. Yeah. But he doesn't have that ability to self-reflect and realize maybe I'm a shitty person.
Never.
Love the idea of Lauren someday finding my channel and going, it's another Derek, I can't get away from him. Well, I decided not to go with a community-specific name because I wanted to be able to do other things, original songs, some content that wasn't related to Lauren. So, Jorrun is a name I've had for over 20 years online, and I stuck with it. Yeah.
Bad idea.
Scarlett, Betty's Lauren impression. Oh, it makes me laugh so hard. It is so good, so good. Euro, don't tell anyone, but I'm a bit drunk. What are you drinking, Euro? You told me in the past. I know you guys like gin, and that. I know you're kind of fancy. I'm a little bougie myself. Afterwards, Derek King James. That's awesome.
Well, I never been like King and Ting. That's a funny comment. That is a funny comment. All right.
Yeah, gotta love that the chat's funnier than the
little drowned
streamer.
out by the.
He always did that too.
Jace.
Like he wouldn't really finish.
Yeah.
I
also don't want him to get laughs out of somebody else's joke either.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
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 That's why I'm ignoring my chat. Oh, and just when I thought it couldn't get any worse.
Whoa.
Oh no! Here comes Mike Pence, former Vice President Mike Pence.
Jace,
how you doing, Mike
music.
Pence?
I do original sketches.
Doing good.
Which is what I'm doing right now. My first ever sketch. I do a bunch of stuff, and I will do a bunch more. TCAP recipes. Yeah, I know, Chef. You want to go into that?
Hey, I think I have enough of a significant but small enough following that I would fit in the advertising budget for True Blue, if y'all are listening, and want to promote your new streaming service. I downloaded the app, haven't opened it, haven't touched it. But yeah, in case anybody didn't know already, Chris Hansen is back. And the promo clips are pretty insane, actually. It almost doesn't seem real. At this point, we should know to expect the unexpected. I think some people are a little upset that it's the formula of getting arrested or handcuffed and then Chris talks to them. Because most people would think, well, why would anybody stick around and talk to Chris? But it looks like they do. If anybody wants to bite the bullet and pay for the subscription service or the full episode and can tell us if it's worth it, yeah, he likely won't screw us over again. It is a little weird that this project has been in the works for like over a year, and we only got like the first promo for it like last week, and now it's live. It's a little sketch.
Yeah, a little sketch.
From his previous thing that was on YouTube. Oh, Rick, has anybody actually like seen all the content that's available on there relating to Chris? And then I think there's like other crime documentaries that have already existed. The other three are really underwhelming. That guy on the floor that was having a conversation with him, handcuffed, seemed pretty wild. But it
looks pretty epic.
Just the visual alone is crazy. But it sounds like he's saying the same. You know, I didn't mean to do it. You know, I'm sorry. You saw one on YouTube, like a whole. Is there like a whole unedited one on YouTube or whatever, like in its entirety? I'd be interested to see it. So just in case they do want to throw some money my way, download the app, True Blue, TRUBLU, I think, both not spelled correctly. That's how you know it's that one.
You got the ability, man, and I'm gonna support you. There's no fucking doubt. I had a ginger flavored scotch yesterday. I thought it was delicious, but unfortunately, it was not.
What a what a sentence. I thought it was delicious. Unfortunately, I was informed after the fact that it was not. Somebody, what are you drinking? Ginger scotch? That's not delicious. Oh,
I could see him doing that.
it's a very real reaction I have to drinking ginger scotch.
Ginger scotch,
well.
that just doesn't sound appetizing. No, well, neither does scotch, period.
That shit'll make you fall out of your chair if you're not careful.
Smells. I know it smells horrible, but I've never had scotch.
But yeah. So, chef, this is for you.
Oh yeah, the golf cart. That was funny. He did set that up great. I've never seen a predator make an entrance like this, and I'm like, dude, we've seen guys walk on bikes, walking naked. Like, what possibly is gonna throw me off? And as soon as that golf cart rolled, I was like, okay, you got me. That was pretty.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. That's pretty funny.
That was pretty
Take
good.
a sip. Hold on.
Ooh, take sips if you got them.
So that line that Clobber just does, where he talks to Tiffany and goes, I don't know who you think you're talking to, I'm not Lauren, where he suddenly becomes very alpha, and it's awesome. That is a clip.
Can alpha be an on and off switch?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I thought an alpha's once an alpha, always an alpha, like you just are.
The alpha goes off. The alpha goes down. The alpha goes up. The alpha goes down. That's how it works.
But he may agree with that statement, but would never consider himself somebody who ever turns it off. He's always on.
He's always on, yeah.
He's like Robin Williams in The Rock's body. That's how I would describe Jorrun.
Yeah,
Totally.
say alpha more, Jorrun, please. We haven't heard it enough.
Hilarious. Badass.
So
From the
funny.
Sunny Saccade, where Clobber and Tiffany were watching TCAP recipes. That was the whole show that day. They binge watched TCAP recipes. And so I got that clip from there, and that video is where I got introduced to TCAP recipes. I became a subscriber, and now TCAP is one of my closest friends in the church. That's real talk. TCAP, if you feel the same way, by all means, say so. But yeah. So, and I'll tell you guys as I go through this where I get original clips from, and even direct you to the videos if you want to hear them.
Before,
Did he?
No.
before the brave Sir Clobber could fight the fierce Lorne Lynn, it was captured by the local authorities and forced to live in a cage.
Where he belongs, in a cage, in jail.
He's in jail, I guess.
I can think of only 2 times. This is maybe not going to be as effective of a statement considering I've only ever streamed by myself here anyway, but I can think of only 2 times I've ever seen Jorrun make skin to skin contact with another person. And I think
sure hope not.
And I'm thinking of how's my favorite writer doing skit where they kind of toss him around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And his skydiving.
Yep.
And that's it. He talks about his friends, his best friends, these people he loves, is in love with, he's never been in the same room as any of them.
No.
Or in most cases, even the same state.
What country are you in?
Do you have a cute accent? Accent reveal. Address reveal. I have a P.O. box for merch. I'm going to send it to you, and you could send me your mailing address.
He would absolutely do that.
And your home address, too, just in case.
For being a fucking idiot.
Clobber!
Definitely true. Breaking easy-ass terms of probation.
Language! There are children listening.
Hopefully.
What is this fairy tale about again?
I forgot.
We've had the introduction of an ogre and a knight so far,
Yes.
and then it's just been stuff that's happened online.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
not.
Sir Clobber decided the best thing to do for his precious princess was to rebuild the treasury of the kingdom. Every Sunday, he invited all the subjects of the kingdom to his home and
Sundays
asked
with
them
God.
to donate whatever they could.
Well, howdy, loved ones.
He would entertain them all and make them laugh hours and hours at a time. And when he was at his happiest, he would make the most wonderful sounds of contentedness.
Whoa. I'm gonna need you to back up on the many syllables there, Clobber.
Yeah, it was a little too much.
Is that supposed to be Lorne? Not my Lorne. No. My Lorne is smart. It doesn't make many syllables. It's Jorrun, in the script it says many syllables extend. No. Not my vision. Everybody, you guys are doing great, by the way. Oh,
Yeah.
Danny, you sound fantastic. Clobber, I've got quite a few issues we got to go over.
I have some notes.
Yeah. And I'm just disappointed. Clobber, everybody else take 5. Clobber, just one-on-one. Can I talk to you for a second? Listen, I really feel like you're not taking this seriously like everyone else. My whole reputation is on the line. You know the quality of work that I put out. And I know you did this out of your own free time and aren't being paid for this and are doing exactly what I'm telling you to do. It's just really not doing it for me.
I can see Jordan doing that.
If that's what you think, I'm sorry. I don't know. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just curious. You know, I'm not gay or anything. Just I like to put that in the conversation sometimes. I like to sprinkle that in. What were you saying, Clara? Yeah. You want me to suck your dick? Yeah. Okay. I'm not really a fan of how flaccid you are right now. If I could be on. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. There we go.
Oh my god.
I know you have some experience with erectile dysfunction, so maybe you can speak to... Poor Clobber's not here to defend himself.
So that's how I decided to put mini syllables in there, because of course you're not talking about club and not having mini syllables. So I made them sounds of contentment. If any of you are new, he did it, man. After a year, man, motherfucking Betty is all paid off as of last Sunday. Huzzah! He did it, man. He restored the kingdom's treasury.
Let's start $30,000 drive for me because of the amount of brain cells that I've lost listening to Jorrun comedy. I have severe and permanent brain damage brought on by either the volume of Jorrun content I've absorbed or the dent in my head. I don't know which one, but
both.
Yeah, 30,000. We can do that in a year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We can beat the record. It'd be nice.
That's a man right there, man. That is a man. Okay, cool.
That's a man. Was he giving Clobber single-handed credit for crowdfunding, crowdsourcing? Yeah, I mean, he led the charge, but it was a group effort, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Clobber is the worst, and he does many syllables for way too long. But yeah, I guess technically he helped contribute to the project, you know, refund Betty, whatever. It was a really cool, nice thing that the community did. We don't do shit like that very often anymore. It is nice when people go live and they do like charity streams, or they donate a percent of their donations to charity. That's cool.
Yeah.
Jorrun is selfish. It goes right in his wallet.
And he said that
Yes.
live.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's true, it's not really like. Again, it's just something that he thought was going to be so funny to say. That's it. That's the extent of his self-deprecating humor, is that he's being a little selfish because he was short on cash when he didn't have a job during the pandemic. It's like nobody was really thinking about it until you said it, Jorrun. Nobody really cares. Yeah. I'll care if it's going to something else. Otherwise, I just assume the donos go to whoever's doing the stream. $2, $3, whatever. But I just want to let you all know it goes right to me. No, nobody else. And it did. No, wait. There's some debate on whether he tried to split the donos with Kennedy. They're both very unreliable sources.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe any of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I actually would honestly believe Jorrun, that he offered and she said no.
In the most passive way, before the shoot, like, hey, if we make any money, maybe I'll give you some. Anyway, all right, here we go. We're going live. Like just to check the box to say that he technically did it. He did offer, says here to party. Is that in text writing, or are we just going on? Yes, that's why it's confusing, because Kennedy definitely said one time that she thought, I have never gotten any money. And maybe it's just maybe she was telling a coherent story, but not coherently. Like maybe he did promise to send the money and they agreed to it and he just never did it. But the way she says it is like, to this day, I've never received any money for that stream, almost as if she's omitting the part where he said he would offer to do it. Which doesn't matter if he never did it anyway, but it does. I guess it does if he did offer to do it. She said what she's gonna do with $40. She said she didn't take it because it was not a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, it's like, what am I gonna do with $40?
All right. I got to go pee really loudly into the toilet. So.
Okay. Don't go on mute.
I'm not choosing to. I have no choice over that. I pee really loud. So if anyone wants to make any assumptions about that, that's on you. I'm not going to say anything. If any ladies want to say anything about that, well, I'm going to let it play for like a minute. So
all right,
okay.
Cool.
And I'm going to get a refill. I'll be right back.
Cool.
So beautiful. Tiffany, did I do a good job on my first story? I mean, seriously.
Seriously.
Aw, you're so sweet. You always have my back, Tiffany. And that...
Okay, get into the story about that. So, oh, which one was that? I'm not sure. I think that was the one. My favorite ever, Sundays with Cod, was where Clobber does the Derek character, and he's there with Winnie and Debbie, and he's making fun of Debbie, and he goes, he does his impression. Hold on, that's the rain. I gotta close some doors. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Here comes the rain again. Talk to me.
Jesus, well, I warned you. So, yeah, Clobber, of course, always makes fun of how Tiffany talks. Seriously! And, Tiffany made the mistake you never do, which was you do not say something that you claim you never say, because somebody smart, like me, will come around with audacity and clip it out and use it back at you. So when I did that, I was nervous because, mind you, I didn't know Tiffany at all, right? I just saw her on the screen. I would observe how Butch was in streams.
Hang on. All right, couple things. Don't ever say something you never said. Jorrun, you more than anybody should know not to say things you claim you never say. Like, I think Tiffany's voice is sexy. Because somebody like mini syllables is going to find it.
Yep, there's absolutely no conversation where that happened.
Yeah.
And it totally didn't get sent to a bunch of people.
And what was he talking about before that? What did I miss? Just a second ago. Oh, also, didn't, like, in the first couple minutes he say, I got to close the window?
Yes.
And then now he closed. Why are you streaming with all your doors and windows open, especially if you know bad weather's coming?
That's his thing. That's his trademark. He
All
likes to
right.
leave things open, like bathroom doors and his window and his front door sometimes too.
And the door of his attic, his garage door.
Hmm.
He doesn't have a. He doesn't have a garage. He doesn't. He lives. I don't.
You
we
have a
can't say
garage,
for
don't
sure
you?
whether he lives in a house. Actually, probably somebody knows is that and can tell it, but I don't really care. I in my head, he lives in the upper section of a house below his or above his parents. I feel. You like how in the same conversation one time he was talking about how Mexican food like arouses him. He says he's taking his parents to Mexican food.
Yep.
That's fucking hot.
Fucking hot, bro.
Dios mío.
And I was nervous to put that in. I'm like, what if she takes herself real seriously? No pun intended. Takes herself real seriously. What?
Okay. The no pun intended means we were supposed to pick up on a joke, and then you don't actually have to say the joke. But by all means, say the joke anyway.
Yeah,
No
he
pun
was also
intended.
like,
Here's the pun.
yeah, he's also
Not a
like
pun
trying to
either.
tread lightly because he's talking about Tiffany and he doesn't want to screw up his chance with Tiffany, so he wants to get her, but he's backing away. Doesn't want her to get mad, just in case.
Honest, he lives
In
in
case there's a chance.
a house that was converted into. I've lived in a house like that before too. Oh, I can never. I feel. I share an apartment with my girlfriend, and I sometimes feel bad that this 3 times a year I go live now, I'm gonna be too noisy sometimes. I couldn't imagine sharing a living space with anybody through the wall and through the light and. Just fucking. Gotta. Oh man. He can't. He must be renting. I doubt he owns that house.
No.
I wonder. Is it even legal to charge a tenant if you know that they're going to be making more noise than normal? Like if they're a musician and they come forward and they're like, I have to practice here. You'd be like, all right, well, pay me $50 extra and I will just ignore any complaints.
Yes.
I don't think they can do unless they say pay me extra so I can soundproof the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would anyone want it? I can't wouldn't his landlord be so frustrated with him if they lived there or even if they didn't because they'd just get complaints all the time because he does work a regular job and it's not a night job. So most of his singing filming and singing and practicing that's for betas.
Right.
That would happen on the nights after work or on the weekends. They'll ask if you have musical instruments on an application. Yeah.
Oh.
That's a valid question, I guess. Just ignore all complaints. Yeah, well, I mean, they'll ignore it until people leave or stop paying rent, and then it becomes an issue. That's why I'm surprised that, they let him live there for so long, because I'd feel like tenants would come by for a tour or start their first month and be like, nope, this is not going to work. Maybe he's had a really nice, deaf lady living below him for, this entire time.
Or he, swoons the older lady tenants and, oh, let me take that garbage bag down to the dumpster for you. Oh!
There's a couple of things I know about where Jorrun lives. Number one, his bathroom door is always open. When he just went and closed doors, he definitely didn't close his bathroom door. I can tell you that. 2, he has a very clean tub. I haven't seen it, but he's made a point to say it. I'm going to soak in a bath in my clean tub. It was an actual sentence he sent to somebody. I prefer a filthy tub.
Personally.
Yeah, this is a personal preference.
What if she gets mad? But I'm like, nope, it's common. I'm gonna put there in.
Honest, I hope you meant to type that. You're gonna tell him to shut off.
Tiffany could not have been.
Who is this asshole who needs to shut
cool
off?
about it. Tiffany is the fucking tits. She's awesome.
Tiffany Lockhart back on YouTube.
Yes.
A couple of misdemeanors. If you originally subscribed to that channel, for some reason it was removed, but it's back now. Go resubscribe.
And she loved it. And so I kept that in, and I did some other stuff teasing about how she talks. On One Sundays with Cod, I did a donation, and my donation message was, I want Tiffany to star in a show about attorneys and call it Serious Law. She was there.
We're recycling jokes from other streams.
Mm-hmm.
And he remembers it because not very often do funny things pop into his head. Tuck this one away for later. Bring it back. Somebody points out that I've done it more than once or twice. Then I say, oh, that's a trademark. That's a staple. I always do that. I literally always do that. Try to keep up.
There, pretended to be angry in a very funny way, and she's just like,
Mike Pence, you went to a Dwingers club and walked out? Tell me more. I'd like to know what a Dwingers club is.
Same.
Yeah.
that killed me. That was so funny. So, Tiffany is awesome, as I've said so many times in the past. Okay.
I remember you saying Tiffany is the fucking tits. I don't remember you saying she's awesome. Would you like that as a compliment? I think it depends on the context and who's saying it.
It's, yeah.
A stranger on the internet you interacted with once.
Yeah. Calling me the tits. Like,
When he's never used that term to describe anyone else before. It's not like, dude's a bro, like, and then I call everyone bro. There's very specifically a woman that he says is the tits.
Yeah.
And he didn't even say as the kids say. You can't even get away with that. Mike Pence, first person in history to go to a Jorrun comedy show and stay there. That's funny.
Where we got here, what we get here. Let's see. Aaron. Hello, Aaron. Just imagine when she gets a 20K from Lauren. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that'll happen.
Oh, here to party. You and Mike Pence go. Oh, no, you went to the Pingers Club. Okay. Y'all got to check out the Zingers Club. Zing.
Any day now. What else? Rhoda, my precious chocolate princess. Rose kiss smiling.
Mike Pence, you are the Heisenberg White Channel dedicated chocolate princess. That's your new title.
The chocolate princess.
That is so demeaning. But it's just harmless enough for him to get away with saying once.
Yeah, or if he I don't know.
Oh, and to be fair, I think the Tootsie is the chocolate part.
Yes.
Because Tootsie, but it sure sounds racial, does it not?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Archvile.
The first thing that came to mind.
What horror movie is the image from? Archvile, I will tell you that in a moment. It is from The Dump.
Like, Donde, my Jewish princess. Turns out her name is Judy. I call her my Jewish prince. Tootsie Rolls aren't chocolate, right? They're just brown wax. I don't know what they are, but they're not chocolate.
It is brown wax. Ugh.
Yeah. Went to a Jorrun music performance and chopped my ears off.
Took my own job away.
You fucked yourself. You killed yourself. Yeah.
Oh god, Jorrun fits.
You know what's insanely scary looking is doing the Jorrun laugh, like direct eye contact, straight face. Scary.
Scarlett, somebody suggested we send a bill to Lauren for Betty's payment. That would stress him right out. It's spelled R-E-E-T.
It's time number 2, spelling out the joke.
Scarlett, read out. Archvile, my Cubano brother, thank you for coming.
Cubano brother?
Mike Pence, these are getting more unhinged.
Oh no.
Went to a Jorrun comedy show last night and fucked your own brains out. You must not be a dowdy brunette then, huh? You must have been looking good with your makeup and your implants and your costume on.
Mm-hmm. High heels.
Oh, don't get me started with the high heels.
I think I am here. Let's see. Eurovision, thumbs up for S-Hole for helping. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. So let's finish this one up. Get to the
That,
next one.
children, is the story of Sir Clobbering Time. Real name, Derek McClobberson. Derek? Ex-Derek? The end. Join me next time when I teach you about...
Yeah, it is pretty alpha to laugh at your own jokes.
Oh yeah.
Way after the fact.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not right after the joke, which he does do live.
But like you made it, you edited it, you wrote it down, you watched it, it's been uploaded for a week, and then you still find it's that funny still. Sometimes we say funny things and we're laughing as we're saying it because it's funny, but I don't ever say something funny, laugh at it, and I'm just thinking about it like a week later. That was so funny what I said.
Yes.
about another member of the Church of Cod. God bless you.
More of a
Sir
depression.
Clobbering Time.
Not a
So
depression.
that's how that became my
More like a brain aneurysm.
signature sign off, which is God bless you.
Signature sign
And
off.
so that was my.
Which, by the way, later in the stream, out of the fucking 3 of these he made, he does not end. No, wait. He says ends with God bless you, and then the other one he's like, I ended with bye sweetheart, and I always say bye sweet.
Yep.
That's how I end it. And then he doesn't do that in one. He's like, oh, I should have ended that one with bye sweetheart. Like, it's your fucking trademark you did once. It's not.
Just because you did it once doesn't make it a fucking trademark, dude.
Very first one. Now, the second one I ever did.
This is like the first time I heard this was like when I heard him gear up for number 2. The set, like, first off, more really, like, nobody stopped you. No, like, you really were able to make another one of these without anybody. It was really the just most generic, like a video and say, nice job. Hey, funny video. That was it. That was all it took. This is my series. This is my legacy that I will leave behind.
Oh, yeah.
This is it. I'm all in on this. I need to make more. But he doesn't have a plot.
Oh, no.
Therein lies the problem.
It's about Mr. Andrew Burkett.
God, if only they filled up my Jorrun streams with comedy.
That's how it's pronounced. Burkett is what Lauren calls him, because Lauren can't get any of our fucking names correct.
Wait.
It's about Mr. Andrew Burkett.
Oh. Did you just mispronounce Andy's name?
I think he did.
That's pretty embarrassing. We should make fun of him forever for it.
Yes.
That's the funniest thing you can do.
That's how it's pronounced. Burkett is what Lauren calls him, because Lauren can't get any of our fucking names correct.
Our names.
Yeah, me and Andy Burkett.
Yeah, that's
One
like
and the same. Same
like
tier, same quality. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like a football fan who's like, oh man, we really didn't hit it this time. Are you part of the team? Did you do it? What's with the we?
You go up to a batter who struck out at the World Series and go, listen, man, I know what you're going through, but I lost my Little League semifinals. Like, trust me, I've been there. I know what it's like.
Yes, exactly.
And this was actually the first idea, because the hardest part about the series and why I've stopped it is you need to have a plot. You need to have a story. And I can find fun.
That's right. Writer's tip. Most stories have stories within them. They are not.
No way.
They are technically just a collection of words. It's been proven that if you assemble the words in a way that a story is told throughout, you're writing, then people are more invested in what you're writing and what you're saying. I
Yes.
found
Yes.
my experience.
Funny clips and put them together in a creative way, but you need to have a plot. That's really the hard part. So this next one has a plot. It's when Andy Burkett flew to
This next one has a plot.
Yeah. After all that,
That was
this
what the.
one has a plot.
That's a great improvement over the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see
To
where it
America.
goes.
Mitch.
The second one he did was about this very obscure one-time incident where two YouTubers went to America to watch Lauren get sentenced in the number 2 in the series Teaching Your Children About the Church of God. That means that number 3 or 4 is the story of the crucifixion and the literal beginning of the Church of God.
Yes.
This is very Christopher Nolan-esque type storytelling.
Yes.
Backwards storytelling, out of order sort of thing, you know. Interesting.
Shins Koala drove up to Maine and saw Lauren get sentenced. Very, very cool event.
The
I wish
makings
I'd
of a
gone there
great children's story.
To give you all a timeline, I discovered Andy's channel and subscribed the very week he was in America. Yes. So if I had been a Laurenographer like a month longer, maybe in a week longer, I would have been there. My ass would have been in Maine. I would have laughed my ass off. It would have been incredible. Yes, yes. All right, let me see here.
I imagine it would have gone the same way that his stream with Andrew Burkett went.
Yep.
Probably super hyped to be there, but doesn't actually add anything to the conversation and ask permission to speak before every thought.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And
Can I just add one thing? What do you guys think about the fact that Lauren is attracted to minors? I think it's gross. What do you guys think? What do you think? I just want to know.
Okay, everybody's just talking amongst themselves. That's cool. That's cool.
Completely tuned out.
All right. So
Yeah.
here we go. This.
Everybody's talking amongst them. The two people in the chat.
yeah, the two people, they're just having their own conversation about.
Yeah, where do you want to go after
cheese.
this? Yeah. What do you got? You want to play Call of Duty after this? Yeah.
This is the second one in my series. It's called. It's right here.
It's called It's Right Here. All right.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum. This is
Oh,
a
wait.
long title.
This is actually the third one. Ha ha.
Oh.
I talked it up, so I'm into it anyway. It's called Andrew
What a twist.
Burkett and Shins Koala Go on an Adventure. Here we
What
go.
a clever title.
Very clever. Go on an adventure. That's it.
About another member of the Church of
Whoa.
Hi there, boys and girls. Are you ready to hear about another member of the Church of Cod? Okay.
Stone. They carried him off stream. Stone funny.
Once upon a time, in the faraway land of Aang, there lived a cat named Andy.
This is the dumbest fucking joke I've ever heard in my life. The land of Aang. Gotta make, because you can't make England the setting for a fairy tale.
No.
That would be so weird. When have knights and kings ever existed in England? I need to make up a completely different setting, fictional setting. So fucking stupid.
That's so bad.
A very hot desert-like land that makes tacos called Comex. It's an original creation of mine.
I feel I'm in that world right now.
An island nation with kangaroos called the Law of Austria. Maybe he really did forget that England was a place.
Maybe he did.
Yeah. And he's imagining it in his head, but he's like, wow, that would be crazy if a place like that, if a place like England existed. like he knew about, but he didn't remember that it's a real country.
He just knows that they're fancy.
Yeah. Like far, far away, like the land far, far away. Like he thinks it's like that.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't it be nice if that really existed? Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Yes,
Just
the
America.
land of Aang. I'm sorry, sometimes I get a little corny. Please bear with me.
Hello, everybody.
Andy looked a little different than most other cats.
I'm bald and I'm actually good looking, haha.
Hey,
Like myself.
you're not
No.
the only handsome bald fella.
Oh, back to back. He even forgot
Back to
that.
back.
Oh, he forgot the punchline to his own joke.
He forgot the fucking his own shit.
It's just reaction. Like, he can't shut it off.
He can't.
Like, I have to let people know.
That he's handsome.
But he, like, never went on camera. Like, most
Not
of
for-
the time.
Yes.
What's
It
the
was
story?
just that like experiment stream.
Yes, here
when
to
he
party.
was-
That's what I thought at first, too. Aang. He can't speak. Aang. Eeng. The land of Eeng. It's still, I wouldn't make that, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. It's a dumb joke. Couldn't sing for shit.
Fellow around here, you know. Andy, full name Andrew Cat, had a best friend he loved greatly. It was a koala owned by a man named Shin.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about what a dumbass fucking name Shin's koala is.
Oh yes.
And how it ties back to famous predator Mike Shin. I can't wait.
He also didn't look like your everyday
Just
koala.
laughing like shit.
Shin looks like Italian gangster.
Well, I'm
Okay.
glad.
So a little background there. So here's what happened. Excuse me. Everybody here? Cool.
Okay.
The idea for this one came from the fact, I'm going to embarrass myself here. The idea for this one came from the fact is, I knew from Sundays with Cod that there was someone named Shin's Koala.
Next to Sundays for Cod, Sunnies with Cod is
With-
my favorite show on YouTube.
Yeah,
my
special.
second favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, like more late night.
Hmm.
And I remember thinking, what a dumbass name that is. You know, he sounds and looks, I'd seen him,
As we all do.
you look like a
Yeah.
big dude. I'm like, who the fuck is Shin? Is that his wife?
His wife
He's
Shin.
saying he's like her little teddy bear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
By saying he's a koala, teddy bear, wife, Shin. It all makes sense. The land of Shin.
understand anything. And let me drop a little knowledge here. If there's one thing I have found, that every time I've assumed something is stupid in the Church of Cod, there's only one thing stupid in the entire Church of Cod, and that's Lorne. That's it.
Sunnies with Cod sounds like a breakfast show that you could have like sunny side up eggs with while you're listening to.
Ooh, yeah, a little mimosa.
Somebody on the other side of the world wants to take up the early morning Western Hemisphere hours, you know, do start Sunnies with Cod.
Sunny.
So I thought, wow, what a dumb name, Shin's Koala. Later on, I actually watched the TCAP episode with Mike Shin in it, and I'm like, oh, I had seen it, but I didn't realize Shin was handing her a koala. And after that, I'm like, oh, that's actually clever to call himself that. So I don't know if I ever apologized to him. Shin, I apologize. But, so I had that in my mind, this character. Like,
I gotta say, it's really good that we have this knowledge because
I'm so glad.
it's
I'm
like
so glad.
experiencing it all for the first time all over again.
Yes, every time.
I want to
Beautiful.
fucking die.
let's make Shin's koala an actual koala. And since Lauren can't pronounce everything,
Yes.
and it's turned Burkett into cat, let's make it a cat and a koala go on an adventure. I pretty much don't mention that they are animals for the whole rest of this thing, but what do you want from me?
How dare we complain? How dare we?
boys and girls. I'm going to read you a story called Jonathan the Little Lost Puppy. I don't refer to him as a puppy at any point in the story. He is just a man going about his day. I forgot to make him a dog. What do you want from me?
Oh my god, I can't breathe. That's why we need these so much.
I have this great character called Michael the Scuba Diver, right? And he works at a bank, and he goes and he does like his day job at the bank, and then he comes home to his wife, and it's mostly just that. I don't think I've ever actually made him a scuba diver. At no point ever is that referenced.
What do you want from me?
He introduces himself to everyone as Mike the Scuba Diver, but he's never even been to the ocean before. He's terrified of water.
Yes. Shin like
Yes,
Star Wars.
yes.
Me too. Teacap says Shin is a koala in real life. Bomb drop.
Even if that's true, we're not going to refer to him as a koala for the rest of
Right?
Bomb drop. I thought he was an Italian gentleman who lives not that far away from me. But I guess
You could like kind of geolocate like a lot of lornographers just from context clues from Jorrun's stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Near me. Danny lives in Illinois. Danny lives near Clobber.
Midwestern princess.
Princess.
Yeah.
Black chick from Cali.
Black chick from Cali. I mean,
It's just you could have a map of and just have all these yarn strings tied to each other. Like, boom, gotcha.
Yeah.
I know where you are.
you got. Rhoda, yes. Rhoda, absolutely. I definitely didn't know what your name was. A chewed Tootsie. I'm not sure if I even knew who Rhoda was, maybe, but a chewed Tootsie. And of course, so with me, everyone eventually gets a nickname from me. Everybody gets a nickname. I don't even try. It just comes to me. Or in some cases, it doesn't. With Rhoda.
This is another of many things that I observe from Jorrun that I try to not do. Many of the ways that I learn things from Lauren that I try to not do, that I don't necessarily do. I realize it's so annoying to not call people their name, what they have clearly preferred to go by. If somebody introduces himself as Chris Hansen 500 times, it's stupid to call him Christopher Hansen. If somebody has their scream name Rhoda's Two Tootsie, it's stupid to call them your little chocolate princess. It's everybody gets a nickname like we're friends like that. No. Just call people by their name. It's like borderline like disrespectful almost. It's like I don't bother to call you what you go by.
It's just very disrespectful, and it's also a way for him to sound more like he's
Familiar
so
with,
deep,
close with them.
so close with everyone. That's why, oh, Claw, blah blah blah. You get this nickname from me, because it makes
Also
it look like,
worse
especially on
when you tag on my Midwestern print. Now you're the king of the soft docs here.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that have to be? I'm pretty open about myself and my name and where I live. So when somebody makes a joke about or asks about like, "Yo, Buffalo got a lot of snow. What's it like over there? How the Bills?" Like, I get it. That's fine. Cali, outside of having Cali in her name, I guess indicates California, but I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That could just be a name. I'm not going to read
People
into
do
that.
have that name.
Yeah. I'm not going to read into that and start trying to narrow down your exact location and make that like a defining but that's all he has. Like he does, like the nicknames should be based on like your experience with that person. You know,
Yes.
But if all you have to go on is like one thing that you know about them, at one point they said like, "Oh, I went to MIT for meteorology." But, oh, my Massachusetts weatherman guy, like
Yes.
that's not really like a fun nickname. That's just like a thing about them. Oh, my beautiful burn victim. How's it going?
Jesus.
My beautiful sterile princess. That can't. Like.
Uh,
Oh no. Oh, my tumor brother.
my alcoholic pal.
Yeah. Oh, my dialysis Dilally, who has diabetes. Danny, all right, I'm not gonna do. He really did though cross that line with Danny in a way that still blows my mind. My precious IBS princess.
Ooh, IBS.
Oh, how's my favorite guy that waited one time really long in the line at the DMV? How's it going, brother?
Rhoda, I call her, what's it? Chocolate Thunder, Chocolate Love.
Chocolate Thunder! Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh yeah. Chocolate Thunder comes out.
Changing Mike Pence's new status from Chocolate Princess to Chocolate Thunder. Mike Pence is the honorary Heisenberg White Chocolate Thunder account.
Rhoda, tell me what she actually looks like.
Why?
Sounds very attractive.
Rookie.
Definitely not chocolatey.
Tells me what she looks like. Cali, would you like to hear about what I look like? I'm very handsome.
Oh, okay. That's all I need.
Sounds good looking, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you that. You were able to pick up on that. Impressive. Amazing,
Archvile. I didn't realize Shin's name was referenced to the Predator. Archvile, good. See, I'm not the only one who was fooled. Absolutely.
You were fooled.
Excuse me, Mike Shin. Thomas Shin, who Chef did a great recipe, 2 recipes about. He was the Asian guy who made a lot of quote-unquote cute noises when Chris confronts him. He did a lot of
Dude's making weird noises.
Who else does that?
Not me. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's silly. But that's his friend. Okay, so let's go back into this.
It also didn't look like your everyday koala.
Shin.
Heisenberg, my guy that went to the hospital at the Bills game, hit his head. Great nickname I've got for him.
That would be your nickname for sure.
Old Heisenberg Concussion White.
It's like Italian gangster.
I was under the impression that koalas only came from Australia. Oh, what the hey? I say Italy can have its own.
Why did he laugh at that?
Cause it's funny.
It's silly.
Koalas too. Hooray!
You heard it. I declare, koalas are no longer for Australia. If Italy wants koalas, I'm down with it.
Andy and the koala cared about each other very much and said kind things to one another sometimes.
You're a tougher guy than me, obviously.
Dude, you're a better person than I am.
There has to be hours of the two of them fucking ragging on each other. That would have been way funnier to put in there than you're a good guy.
Well, Jorrun's trying to butter them up, so
I'm not.
he can
You're right.
be on their
Yep.
team. He wants to be part of their team.
But I know them and I know their sense of humor, and they probably would have found that funny. But I'm not out here to give comedy advice.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's $100.
Supposed to laugh, damn it.
Andy and the koala heard the good news about the Church of Cod from the wise-based shaman. In fact, they were very brave and decided to see the evil ogre, the Lorne Lynn, for themselves.
I do call Shaman the gateway drug. He was the first person to tell me about Lorne. I never saw the original.
Base Shaman never told you anything, Jorrun.
No.
You listen to it.
Catch a Predator. I wasn't watching TV at that time. So I was already a fan of Chris Chan. I was a Christorian. Found Base Shaman when I was searching. Base Shaman got me into...
Yeah, Cookie, I was going to say, if you really want to learn about comedy, the secret, unfortunately, is never going to be found out because nobody subscribed to his $100 Patreon tier.
Yep.
So with that died the secret to comedy. These are the only archives that we have to derive from. This is the only piece of comedy that we can learn from.
But we'll never master.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Sad. Really. Gone too soon.
Definitely gone too soon.
Rest in peace. Jorrun comedy.
No, progress.
Man, I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe by saying this, I'm already going to fuck it up, but I sleep well at night knowing that when the news of my death is announced, I'm not going to have some sort of web page, that Facebook post, anything that announces that's going to have a comment section just bombarded with like memes and quotes meant to fuck with me, like the guys on To Catch a Predator too. It's a little it's a little fucked up, but it's funny.
I did read those. Oh my god, those are pretty damn funny.
The most recent one was Donald Morrison, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Jorrun. Well, you know what? That ain't gonna happen for a while. As much as I'd like to say, by the time that happens, we all would have moved on. I don't know. Here we are, 2.5 years later.
It's not that long.
We've been doing Lornography was supposed to die in like 2017, so I don't know.
Lornography, as so many other people did. And funny story about that. The first time I ever heard him read the Lornography, I listened to a few chapters, and I stopped because I'm like, boy, this guy's talented. He's a good actor, but he's trying way too hard to be funny.
Well, really? I mean,
what?
Yeah, he really is like, listen to this asshole who did a little bit of research and knows how this guy talks.
Funny with all these weird noises he's making. Once again, boys and girls, once again, I thought something was stupid. Once I got more knowledge, I found out the only thing stupid is Lorne.
Cookie Whoopie Pie is the only one allowed to comment memes on the announcement of my death. Because that's fucking funny.
And so I stopped. Months later, found out about the existence of mini syllables, went back, listened to the entire Holy Lornography as read by Base Shaman, loved it. It was awesome. Okay, let me see here. Danny, my precious princess, is here. He's the one that crashed headfirst into the bar in the beach house.
No.
No, that's someone else. That's not Shin.
I'm surprised you knew that.
That's it. Yeah, he was the stinky guy. I would guess.
Zul Akutsu. That's a weird name that I remember for some reason.
Yeah,
possibly Filipino. I'm not sure. He was dark skinned, long hair.
The one thing he would remember is the ethnicity.
Of course.
Yeah, and get it wrong too, I assume.
Yeah. Long hair.
Let me see. Archvile says I can be dense about.
Do you think he ever put that thing up in a high ponytail?
I bet Jorrun wondered. Bet you he wondered.
Such things hiding in plain sight. Archvile, something else that connects us. My Cubano brother. Danny. Danny, for you, I'm always ready. Definitely do Chris Chan. Danny, I would very much
here
like.
it comes.
So one thing that's great, I feel Danny would be cool, but Danny, obviously you have experience with autism, and so I think you could really enlighten. You've already taught me some.
I'm surprised he didn't call her my autistic princess.
That would have been more tasteful than autistic,
Drew.
which he also said to her in a conversation.
Live.
Yes. I don't know what's worse, that live with her, or this where she's not allowed to like actually chime in and defend herself, which I'm not even sure she would do because Danny's too nice and probably wanted to ream his neck for the little joke of his. But this is like stupid. This is insulting. This, like without realizing it, you know, he
Yes.
really doesn't. He does not have the social awareness to realize what he's saying. We're talking about a predator, and To Catch a Predator. He says like, I just can't stop thinking about it. And I go, oh, I'm so happy I have Cali here because Cali has experience with sex addiction. So I'm really happy that she's here to because she's taught me about some stuff. When she personally confided in me, the addiction and the fact that she needed help. I'm so glad she's here to talk about this now in reference to the pedophiles. Fucking hell.
Stuff that I didn't know. So I think you could really have a special
An experience. Like you've battled it.
Yes, you battled it. You fought it.
You won. You came out the other side.
Yes.
You were cured. Experience of being a dumbass, Jorrun.
Heyo.
insight into Chris and his delusions, because those are real.
The Chris Chan, I don't know how much you keep up with that. His autism, although mentioned a lot by him, is like the 90th most interesting thing about it, or like that anything you would bring up. It's a fact you have to understand that he has it to understand why stuff happens, but
Right.
it is such a small element of what he has. Two different colored eyes. What's that called? Heterochromity. Condition where you have two different colored eyes. News breaks about the autistic trans online goddess sexually assaulting their mother. And I go, oh, I know this person that has two different colored eyes. They'd have great insight onto what's happening because they know exactly what this is like. They've lived Chris Chan's life. So I know somebody that grew up in Virginia, so they could probably tell me why you would record yourself naked having sex with a blow up inflatable doll and send it to people. They've got experience with that.
He's got a lot. Euro, a Colombian. Euro, Anthony's my favorite guy other than Lauren. I mean, I quote him constantly. I cannot tell you how many times I've said, I'm not gay, I'm just saying.
I wish he... Oh, fuck. No. I wish that was true, and it wasn't in the context of TCAP. Like, he forgets that isn't a well-known... And he just says it out in real life. Like
that's what he says.
Yeah. I know that he's like, the conversation... But it's got to be between Lauren and I. He doesn't just say that, but I think it'd be funny if he did. What do you guys want for lunch? How about pizza? I'm not gay, though. I'm not gay. Just telling you. Fuck. I fucked it up. I'm not gay. No, it's this pedophile thing. Don't. Wait. Let me explain.
First, if that ever happened, just be like nothing.
Yeah. I want to reiterate, I'm not gay, and I'm just saying, what do you just say? You're not, we don't, it has to do, is it Italian
Mind you, the conversation is never about sexuality, but I crowbar that in there. I mean, you see, now a lot of times when I go into streams, I come in with, I just stopped by. He is the most quotable person on earth. Let me see.
So quotable that he didn't get his own episode of the Church of God. I don't think he ever made any Palumbo content.
No, he didn't. He just
Or
claimed that was his favorite. Yeah, those were his favorites. He didn't do a thing. Poser.
Shin brought all the gifts, just want to watch movies. He's like, well, maybe next time we'll have sex. You're one of those quote-unquote nice guys. All right.
One of those guys that doesn't expect sex on the first date. A nice guy.
A nice guy.
Nice guy.
Archville and I separated at birth. Cool. Danny looking up right now.
Okay.
Danny's the best.
Skipped over that.
All right, guys. Let me go back to it.
So, they traveled very far. Andy was tired of England anyway.
Everybody, where I live, is a miserable, angry arsehole.
And drooling.
How easy do you think it would have been if he wasn't ousted so quickly to get him to do a commentary on this stream like 6 months later?
Oh, it would happen. He would do it.
It just takes the right person to ask him, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, it's easy, too. He doesn't have to put any effort into besides just playing it and talking over it.
Yeah, but he would totally be the guy, be like, hey, wouldn't that be cool if I did a commentary on the...
We'd think it was a joke. Like, we'd think he'd used to, like, layers on, like, oh, that's funny. No, he's like, so when I was doing the live stream, what I thought about when I was listening to this line again, I was reminded of Mike Shin and the fact that I was recounting the story about how he brought a koala and how when I saw his name, I was like, what a dumbass name that is. Anyway, back to the stream play. So then I learned about Mike Shin, and I thought, what a dumbass name that is. And it just keeps going and going and going.
I would definitely need to be on some psychedelics to listen to that.
That's a bad trip.
That would be a very bad trip.
The Lord Lynn had gotten himself in trouble.
So, in case you don't know,
I don't think we're gonna listen to all of his teaching the children about the Church of God today. We'll definitely finish this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Andy is specifically from Manchester. Euro. I don't know if you're
Little soft docs.
or anywhere near that. You can tell me a little bit about that. I'm a fan of some music that came out of Manchester, the great Joy Division.
Like the Mama Number 5. A little bit of Andy in Manchester, a little bit of Danny in Illinois, a little bit of... Just everybody gets a little soft docs in the song.
Soft docs number 5.
Yeah.
Just hit my mic.
New Order was actually one of my favorite bands in my teens. So they're from there, but I hear that it's kind of a hard scrabble place. So
what was his favorite band when he was in his teens?
Joy Division? What he said?
Did they play with Sinatra? Or
Probably.
Fuck, I'm trying to think of like fucking Hank Williams Sr. When you were in your teens, Jordan. Beethoven.
According to him, everyone there is a miserable asshole. I don't know.
Trouble again, and he'd been caged.
Think of choices Budweiser Light.
Now he was before the town's wisest man, who would judge his fate and decide.
Did you see Edith Piaf live before the war? Crime Watch Bailey is here. The reason I'm listening to this one is because your commentary back in like February popped up and I was listening to it again and I wanted to do it. So hey, welcome. Hey, hello.
Decide what would happen to him. The wise man's name was Woodcock. And that's all I have to say about this name. Nothing else. Nope.
I hope he goes into
no
explaining
jokes about
this
the name
joke.
Woodcock because you know what? A great batter doesn't swing at every pitch.
A great swinger doesn't pitch at every bat. I hate him so much. He just called himself a great batter, too.
He did.
A great comedian. Actually, I think that's the next line.
And a great comedian doesn't make every.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If he calls himself a great comedian enough, eventually it'll stick in people's brains.
Obvious
Yes.
joke. And I think it's funnier if I point out that I'm not going to make a joke.
The Lord Lynn
It
was
is
let
funnier.
out of his cage and
So
led into
funny.
the courtroom. Andy and the koala gasped.
I saw Lorne immediately, and he turned round and looked directly at me.
The ogre looked bigger and greener than they ever dreamed.
He looked jacked to you guys.
Yeah, he looked mean.
Oh no!
Oh shit, something
Oh,
I should
no.
point out. So the third guy there was a friend of mine who I wish he was here. Oh boy, I wish he was here right now. But he's oftentimes in streams, particularly Sundays with Cod. Socks Cobb Parker. I believe that was the voice of Socks Cobb Parker. He went from.
There's a couple of versions of these, but there, if you look for them on YouTube, there's videos called 10 Hours of Absolute Silence. I would rather listen to that right now in its entirety than this tangent about a guy whose voice was in the background of one of the clips.
For a second.
It's so fucking boring.
From
God.
Boston area, Massachusetts.
Little soft dogs.
He drove up there. And, oh yeah, I may have to ask him about this. I'm definitely going to point him out to this live stream. Because he said that he definitely did get to see Lorne. And, yeah, exactly.
Sounds like he has a much more interesting story to tell than you do.
Yeah.
Sounds like you are telling a story about a guy that had an interesting experience and a story to tell. Sounds like you were taking audio bits from a much more interesting live stream than what you're doing. I mean, what are we doing, really? You know.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Here we go. Euro says, I'm from near Newcastle. That doesn't help this American out at all. And I'm not about to pull out Google Maps. So, yes,
Fuck that.
there you go.
The ogre looked right at them, trying to scare them. But the cat and the koala were alpha males, and they could not be scared easily by such an obvious beta cuck. The ogre looked in the koala's eyes and then quickly turned away.
He looks right at me. And I thought to myself, I am not going to break my stare. I'm not going to blink. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to make him blink. And then he looked directly at me and put his head toward the ground and walked out.
Of course, because Shin is an alpha male and Lorne is the biggest beta.
Why wasn't Lorne acting very alpha at his sentencing hearing where he was in handcuffs and going to jail? It was very beta of him
So
to not
beta.
puff out his chest and stare down Shin's koala. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I definitely love that Shin did that. Shin's like, nope, no fair. And, tamed
No fair.
the evil ogre Lorne Lynn very quickly, sounds like.
That's because he's a little bitch. Now, the ogre may not have been the smartest customer, but he was cunning. To win sympathy, he had his mother, the fair maid Gwendolyn, speak in his defense.
So, I have to tell you, you might wonder why I'm
Please
calling
tell
you the
us.
fair.
Now, we already heard about how he came up with one name
Mm-hmm.
by using their actual name to become the character. Let's hear about how he came up with the name Gwendolyn. I wonder what he did differently. Let's find out.
Fair maid, right? Because people say she looks like Lorne, right? People call her gorilla face. Guys, little secret here.
I'm going to be real with you.
When you're writing a fairy tale, knowing that you have a character named Gwendolyn, that's a gift dropped into your lap. That is such a perfect
We can all relate to that.
Of course.
fucking fairy tale name. I'm like, she's not Gwen, she's Gwendolyn. I made her the fair maid, which I think is funny. And yeah.
Wait a minute. The fair maid? Is
Yeah,
that
should be-
right?
maiden.
Yeah.
So is Gwendolyn a maid? I mean, I guess it would be funny if it was that.
If she
because,
was in real, like, that would
yeah,
have been
because
a play on
she
words, but
she babies Lorne and he treats her like a maid. So
no, I think he
that would have
really,
been fun.
I think he just fucked up. Made
Yeah, he definitely fucked up. No question, he fucked up.
Here we go. Jace, is this guy? I can hear you. I'm reading and I'm talking.
Oh, shit. I hope Jace has only nice things to say.
Talking to you directly,
Yep.
Jace. Am I going to play a Lorne call? No.
Why he said, I'm talking to you. I think he misread that at first. Like, is this a call? Is this a recording that we're listening to right now?
Yes.
That's why he said, I'll read your name and I'll interact with you. But he didn't realize that he was kind of inadvertent. Like, he was kind of being subtly a dick to him. And now he's about to cover that up.
Jace, we are, if you read the description, I am playing some of the old sketches that I wrote months ago. And
Okay, is that true? Months ago?
Months.
2 is months, I guess. Yeah.
I'm commenting on them. I'm doing
Three
a
is
director's
three
commentary, as it says there. I am not going to play a Lorne call. I hope you enjoy it. If not, that's fine. That is it. That is it. It's the place Newcastle Brown Ale comes from. Oh, cool.
Moving on.
Nice. Thank you. Here we go. I am.
Don't care.
Danny.
Don't care
see,
because
this is
you're
why
not a
Danny has
woman.
my back.
Yes.
Danny's like, Jorrun shouldn't have to stop. I'll help.
Danny over there being all autistic. What are you doing?
No,
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was mean.
Once again, off the verge, the fair gorilla Quinn. Okay, I think that's a very nice halfway there. It's the fair gorilla Quinn.
He needs to speak for himself, and he needs his mother up there to hide behind her skirt.
My son is a good ogre, Gwendolyn said. He has 2 dogs that he does not eat, but he eats little girls instead.
Guys, this was the hardest line to get through.
Oh, I can imagine,
Oh.
Jordan.
Yes.
Wow.
That he wrote.
You know, I heard that during the filming of Django Unchained, when Leonardo DiCaprio found it difficult to use the hard R N-word, very famously, he was pulled aside by Jorrun Comedy and said, listen, for the sake of content, for the sake of art and comedy, you just got to say it, you know, even if you disagree with it. It's your character. Yeah. And he went on to deliver a great performance.
Yes.
Because of the advice Jorrun Comedy gave him.
I kept.
Mike Pence, if you'll read the description, we are reacting and commenting on Jorrun's reaction and comments on his own content that he uploaded months prior. I can't make it any clearer than that.
Trying to read it, and I kept breaking up into laughter. The original.
Oh, what, you think that's funny, Jorrun?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about how sickening it is in the next breath. And he goes, oh, excuse me a moment. Oh, yeah, it's a real reaction.
Line that she said in the courtroom was something like, my son is a good son. He has 2 dogs that he loves very much. So I'm like, my son is a good ogre. He does not. I'm laughing now.
He's laughing now.
Should I be apologizing?
You're laughing? Ogres are eating girls, and you're laughing.
Yep. This is a long laugh tangent that he goes. It's oddly long.
You're laughing. There's a gorilla giving a testimony in a court, and you're laughing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just love that. Lorne has 2 dogs that he does not eat, but he loves. So the joke I have, right, because Lorne is, in real life, a predator. In this, he's an ogre. Ogres, quote-unquote, eat little girls.
Only because you say so, man.
Yeah, whatever you say, man.
Okay. You're the authority on this, I guess.
And yeah,
Really.
you know what I'm trying not to say. Johnny!
No, I don't. Jorrun. Say it.
Not at all.
Let's hear it. Elaborate. You've already explained every other joke. Come on. Let's hear it.
Hey, Johnny, I'm so glad you're here. What's up, brother? I wish Lauren was led into the courtroom naked. Oh, what an exciting idea. I'm not gay, I'm just saying. Rhoda says, Gwen is quite fair for a gorilla.
It's even funnier the second time.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think that's fair. I'll give you one of my favorite comedy quotes. This is from,
God.
shit, what's
No.
it called?
And this comedy quote has nothing to do with the joke.
Nope.
Not Laurel and Hardy. Abbott and Costello. Costello once said, she's either a very ugly girl or a very beautiful monster. And I live with that.
Wasn't he the there's like a straight man and then there's like a silly buffoon type character.
Yes.
Also, Abbott and Costello. Did you watch that at the picture show? Did you watch that at the cinema with your friends back
Moving pictures.
back before? Yeah. Did you watch it with sound? They got moving pictures now.
Abbott and Costello. I
Like
mean,
the train is coming right at you. Not that there's anything wrong. If you really want to like study great comedy, yeah. But if you're trying to do a YouTube live stream in 2020 and
Yeah.
relate to your audience, it's not the place that
No.
I would start. But
That is awesome. All right, here we go.
Well, this did not help the ogre's case.
Oh, no.
Finally,
ooh, drink. Oh no!
oh no. He did that on his. He did that in the commentary. It wasn't even.
Mhm. It's his catchphrase. It's his
Yeah.
trademark.
he had to speak up for himself.
I was praying. I was like, please let him speak.
He tried to use the evil power of ogre tears to trick the judge.
He was crying so hard, he was
Like a bitch.
convulsing. Snot everywhere.
I don't know what to do.
The ogre wailed.
I ran from it like a coward. No, you're right, Wes. But, what am I gonna do? It's over for me, Wes, isn't it? Brr. Like
Such
a
a
bitch.
fucking creep.
Ugh. Fucking creeping off.
All I want to do is my cooking show.
Silly ogre. Ogres can't cook food. The only thing ogres cook is little girls.
So he
His
does
statement was
cook
so
food,
fun-
right? So I guess that
And he
To
cooks
hit-
his food.
he cooks his food. My brain.
Roadrunners don't run. They just walk really fast.
Yep.
Funny, Andy fell over laughing. He laughed and laughed till tears were in his eyes.
Like 30% of this skit is about Andy saying he had to suppress his laughter in the courtroom.
Yes.
Yep.
I composed
And
myself for a
meditate.
few seconds and then I just burst into tears again.
So the story, as it's been explained to me by Andy in one of the shows he did when he came back, when he did a recap, is
So everybody heard
when
it.
Lauren made
So we
that
all know.
ludicrous statement that he just wanted to.
This is a funny story. This is hey Cali, I heard a joke today. Anyway,
do his cooking show. Andy,
I laughed so hard at this joke I heard. Oh man, you should have been there.
laughed so hard he was crying and had trouble breathing. He actually says, I believe I'm going to get this correct. He actually said,
Don't want to screw this up.
because Andy's kind of a spiritual guy, he had to do meditating. Like he had to kind of clear his mind to stop from laughing.
I can't believe you read so much into this.
He really did. Because he took a 30-minute class about meditating, he's an expert and he can connect with Andrew in that way.
Yeah,
spiritually.
someone in his life explained to him one time that like meditation isn't just sitting there being quiet. It's a spiritual journey or
Yes.
something like that. And he's like, "Oh, so cool."
Am I
But
cool now?
I believe he was all the way forward in his chair. He might have fallen out of his chair. Oh, man, I wish I was there. I passionately wish I was there to see Andy lose it in such an awesome way. That would have been so cool. Very cool.
No. Oh.
Lorne really looks like a
Ew.
green blobkin in this pic. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Scarlet's is Lorne's the kind of ogre who falls behind on his swap payments.
Hey,
Yes.
get out of here with your jokes.
Yeah, with your funny isms.
Fuck off.
Oh.
Like with tears rolling down.
Andy, are you crying? Why are you crying?
Yes, I had to do that. I had to. I'm like, I'm gonna take Ramona's best quote and apply it to.
Really has nothing to do with this story.
Nope.
It's just a reference for the sake of reference, you know.
Yeah. And he has to let us know what the reference is. Because how would we know?
Right. Because he doesn't explain, because his storytelling is so poor
Yes.
that this commentary was needed. It
Very
wouldn't have
much.
made sense to anybody without it.
Poor Andy, who did nothing to deserve it.
Finally, using the special technique he learned in the Far East, Andy was able to breathe deeply and control himself.
Meditating.
Well, the wise judge was not fooled.
Meditating. He needs to say it one more time. In case we didn't know.
He was going to the house to have sex with a little girl. Pedophilia.
Yes.
During his own comedy.
Fool, and the ogre was put back in his cage, and the villagers would be safe for a while longer. Huzzah! The animals
Back
all
to
went
jail.
out to celebrate.
Back to jail.
I was the only one who ordered a martini, and I don't drink. I just felt like I wanted to celebrate.
They were happy, but they knew someday the Lauren Lynn would be free again.
Unfortunately, that's now.
We gotta wonder what the future holds for Lorne.
Whoa! Did a wizard say that?
Whoa. That's so cool.
Good question, Andy. What would an ogre do to keep...
So let me just rewind this. Listen to what.
Please tell us.
Good question,
Hold on.
Andy.
I was just felt like I wanted to celebrate.
They were happy, but they knew someday the Lauren Lynn would be free again.
We gotta wonder what the future holds for Lorne.
I've already explained long ago why this was a missed opportunity. The whole way that these are edited is stupid. But if he wants to make somebody's voice sound cool, it would have taken minimal effort in editing to add reverb to make it sound mystical if you wanted to. Or maybe for 1 second, turn off the fucking Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the background. It's really starting to get to me at this point. What do you think? Does he know how to download things? Well, he must, because he edited. I mean, unless he
He knows the bare
recorded it.
minimum, or a much more complicated way that you used to do back in the day, but has no idea that there's a faster way of doing things now.
And now, but as much as there's a faster way to do things, also it does take a stupid amount of time to make a decent video. If he
Yes.
really wanted to make a really cool fairy tale video, then he would have had like 4 or 5 different like mood setting background tracks and
something
also some
special
sound
to-
effects.
Yes.
Yeah. And it would have taken a while to find and download and edit, but that's not his style. He finds Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on YouTube, downloads it, just copy and paste over and over and over again until the end of the video, and that's it.
I'm surprised you didn't explain why he chose Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Or why not?
It wasn't.
Why not even a different song for every video? Why does it every single one have to be the same song?
That was perfect. Listen to his delivery. Now the funny thing is, right? It sounds mystical, like it's like Lord of the Rings. He's like, we have to wonder what the future
Sounds like one of those modern wizards.
holds.
Yeah.
When he's first of all, it's fun how he phrased that, but that voice, he immediately clears his voice after he does this. He just had a regular frog in the throat. But
Somebody sneezes during his stream, and I say, bless you. He's like, now listen to that. It's like he's a mystical, like, priest giving his blessing powers to another person. It's perfect. It's just because somebody sneezed. Once in a lifetime, man. Wow. Can't believe I got
Bless
that.
you.
whoa. Between his accent, the way he's phrased that, and the frog in his throat, it just sounds mystical, right? Like he's got a hood on, he's like some old wise seer dude.
Good question.
Some old wise seer dude.
Okay, dude.
That's a mystical, that's a character that I'm not quite familiar with.
No, not
Did
at
you
all.
mean to say like fortune teller or wise man or wizard? Old
Or a
mystical
monk?
man? Yeah. Oh, like an old, what did he say?
Like he's got a hood on, he's like some old wise seer dude.
Old wise seer
Seer, dude. Saw, dude.
You should go see the old wise seer dude. What's up, man? You want to learn about your future? I can like look into that if you like, I guess. Bro.
Good question. What would an ogre do to keep himself out of trouble?
Nothing.
I do not think that's a good idea.
I didn't even hear what he said. I
He
heard
just-
Jorrun chime in, but Andy said something. It was like cut off.
What
Hang on.
would an ogre do to keep himself out of trouble?
Nothing.
I do not think that.
It sounds like.
Nothing.
Well, he says nothing, but then
Nothing.
the Andy soundbite is so distorted. I don't know what he's saying.
I do not think that's a good idea, Andrew. He already hunts something.
Children.
You said hunt?
Hunt,
would it,
yes.
What would an ogre do to get out of trouble?
Nothing.
You go hunting. Okay.
I do not
Flash.
think that's a good idea, Andrew. He already hunts something.
Children.
Anywho, that's the story of Andy.
Why is that so funny to him?
And Shin's koala.
That's the end.
Later, they became friends with Tiffany Lockhart.
She intimidates me too much.
Little name drop.
Really?
Little name
I've always
drop.
found that Tiffany has my back,
She does.
and I mean that.
Okay.
Seriously.
She does.
Once again, I'm making fun of Tiffany's talking.
We're such
That's the
good
end.
friends.
Oh, you. You're lucky she doesn't make fun of your talking, asshole.
Right?
Yeah. I don't think you'd find it as funny.
End of today's story, children. All I can say is,
Howdy doody, Winnie's boyfriend / husband.
God bless you, Andrew Burkat.
He did say
and Shin's
idea.
koala. Real name, Michael Shin's koala. Join me next time.
Oh, did he fuck up the name in the original bit? Because he says it late, because he thinks until he's corrected that the guy's name is Michael Shin. So
Well, yeah.
in the fake docs, it would have the joke that would have made sense would have been Thomas Shin's koala. I
Yes.
guess. Mike comes out of nowhere. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I teach you about another member of the Church of Cod. As they say in the language of the ogres, meh, 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 meh. Bye, sweethearts.
Didn't end it with "God bless you, everyone."
Nope.
So that trademark is stupid. It doesn't exist.
So yeah, by the second one, I decided, you know what?
He's an old wide seer dude himself. Old dude. Those are the only parts of that.
I'm gonna pretend that
Old dude.
Yeah.
mini syllables is the secret language
Little old man boy.
of ogres. So that's my thing. And I had so much fun doing this. I have to tell you guys, it's a fun series. I would like to go back to it if people are interested. I need to think of a plot. That's the hard part.
Jorrun, I couldn't have put it better myself.
Yes.
I think this is an excellent place to leave off. We're very close to the halfway mark. Well, I'm sorry that I've been pretty absent for a while, but and don't expect me to return anytime soon either. I'll probably see y'all in a year. I am very happy that people showed up and were excited to be here at the beginning, and those of you that stuck around till the end or came in late, I appreciate it. Thank you. Cali, do you have any plans to put out anything new or live stream on your channel again soon?
Yeah, I will at some point. I've got some parody songs that I'm working on with some other peeps in the community, and I know that Alpha Male Derek, they put out the part 3 of the Emily and Jorrun chat log, so I definitely want to stream about that soon. I might actually wait to listen to it. I've been waiting to listen to it so I want to stream it and hear it for the first time.
You're gonna do it live. Ooh.
I'm gonna do it live.
Do it live. Fuck it. That sounds cool. All right. Everybody, thank you guys so much for showing up today. Back to work. Holiday weekend over. Back to regular life. Yeah, and I saw somebody bring back the Jorrun top moments.
Mm-hmm.
I think if some people express interest, they say they want to be a part of that. I've done it with so many people now that you know, I want to know that there's still people out there who would participate in that. So if anyone hasn't done it yet and wants to, just let me know. Hit me up. Otherwise, you know, donos are appreciated. Yeah, if you, I don't know what to say. Go out and keep continuing to support the people that you follow, and maybe I will come back soon. I had a really good time. Thank you, Kelly, so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Would you like to end the stream with a new trademark of yours, if you want to make one right now, or if you have an existing one that you'd like to use? Yeah, like a catchphrase or something.
One of my catchphrases.